How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six. The Premier League season is over. And this is obviously the Game Week 38 review show, but we've got to start by talking about and letting people know our thoughts and prayers are with the people affected by what's happened in the Liverpool parade or at the Liverpool parade. A lot of us are seeing it in the last half an hour or so. It's all over social media and whatnot, clips and yeah, it's not scenes none of us want to be seeing. And off the back of that, it's, all the back and forth on X is not needed either, on top of everything. But first and foremost, hopefully, I don't know if there's any reports out yet, but hopefully everyone is okay in some way, shape or form. But yeah, quite a dampener to the beginning of this show, the end of the season, and just life in general. Because if you're at a parade, I can only imagine how many kids are at that parade, how many families are at that parade, how many close friends are at that parade. If I put myself there with my son and something like that happens, then yeah, like I said, thoughts and prayers are out to everyone that has been affected or will find out they have been affected. But yeah. GRIZZ wasn't in attendance today. He wasn't feeling well. I've messaged who I know that did attend, and yeah, touch wood that they're all good. But as you can see from the clips, there's people that are certainly not, all good. That's for sure. So yeah, hopefully the reports come out that there's definitely injuries, but that no one has passed away, because the clips I've seen is just crazy. But yeah. Does feel like a dampener to the night, the show, the season, everything really. But yeah, GRIZZ, obviously you're the Liverpool fan, the Liverpool representative. Parade that was, much awaited, considering the last parade, the way that didn't go because of the situation. The numbers of the parade, great. The pictures, the videos we're seeing in general of the parade, great. But then this incident just comes out, and that life is bigger than football, and it just takes precedent. I'm sure you've messaged your family and friends that but yeah, what's your general feeling?
Yes. I was actually trying to think of that thing that you say normally about
Life is beautiful, but the world is fucked.
I was literally thinking about that, and as you guys know, I was absolutely fucking gutted that I couldn't get to the game yesterday or today. I've been absolutely out of it, vomiting and being sick and everything. And then today's parade made me feel $1 million. I'm not gonna lie. I've been so emotional today. It's unreal. I was like proper. I waited all my life. You lot saw me crying last week, yeah? Or when we won the title, I was literally a grown man crying, yeah? And then I was crying for different reasons, like fuck my life, I can't get there today, yeah, or yesterday. And then today, during the scenes and during the parade, I was crying tears of joy because it was something that Liverpool fans up and down the country, around the world, the amount of people, shout out all the people from all around the world that came, that messaged me, where are you going to be? Let's link up. We can't wait. We've been waiting. We saved up all our savings to come to this parade. And the scenes were nothing like I've seen before. And I'm the oldest out of all you lot. And I've seen it all. And today's parade smashed everything to bits, and I was so happy and joyous today. And I was going to ring Toby and say, Tobes, me and you are going to eat today. You're going to wear shades. We're going to have popcorn. We're the only ones that won trophies. We were going to give it a large. We were going to have banter. We were going to have a laugh. We were going to, take the piss out of all you lot. We were going to have such a tremendous ending finale to the season, because everyone saw that parade today. It was stunning. And then life, innit? Like, what is fucking life these days, man? Like, all I could think about is, imagine I did go and take my children. Imagine I took my boy. Imagine I took my little girls there. Like, because that was just normal human beings standing around there. And then suddenly something like that happens. It's just, how insecure are we about life, man? Anything can happen at any given time. From the most happiest one can be, to possibly finding out that, you know, a loved one has passed away, and we, God forbid, as we said, we don't know. There's obviously rumors coming out, X, Y, Z. We don't know. No one knows. But proper just killed my mood, man. I was struggling to come onto the show. I was like, what am I going to talk about, man? Instantly, I've just messaged and phoned at least 30 to 50 people that I know that were there. Most of them have replied. Others, I'm hoping and praying, assuming that they haven't got reception or they're busy or whatever, they haven't replied. But absolute prayers to everyone who's involved, who was involved, and prayers that everyone's okay. And we pray that no one's lost their lives, man. We pray that no one's lost their life. And I don't want to dwell on what made someone do it, because we don't know nothing, man. It's just mad. It's life, and it's just so mad. Anything can happen anytime. And from the highest of highs, because today was supposed to be the parade of parades, and then to end like that, brothers, you guys are my family anyway, but I'm proper like through the emotions this weekend, man, in every way, shape, and form, man.
It's not something we want to be talking about, but it's something we have to talk about, because, you know, like I said, things are bigger than football, and this especially is bigger than football. And it's not often we get a chance to talk about things outside of football here. We touch in when we need to touch in. And off the back of it, I just want to say the nonsense back and forth that social media create off the back of moments like this is not necessary either. The reason the whole, you know, information has been brought out as quick as it's been brought out this time round is because it stops misinformation on social media spreading. It stops potential riots and potential madness that we've seen go on. Now people are arguing about why it's been released so fast. You can't really win, but, you know, if you see nonsense, then address it. But I just think the social media aspect of it all, X and freedom of speech was once looked at as a great thing or a necessity, but ever since I see X, I don't think freedom of speech is great after all. But yeah, thoughts, prayers are out. I see Total Eclipse and Lauren, a couple people, probably more in the chat, that have either come back or are on their way back. And I hope you are all right. Hope you enjoyed the part of it that Mew was out, obviously dampened by this news. But we are, you know, primarily here to talk about football, so we will keep it moving on to the football. We wasn't going to start with Liverpool tonight in terms of the title, considering they wrapped up the title so long ago. We was going to start over with Chelsea, with Matisse. But before we do, obviously hit the like button, people. Make sure you're subscribed. It is the last, well, review show of the season, not the last show. So listen, subscribe, because we've got big plans ahead. You know, we're close to 100K, so hopefully we hit 100K. The aim is to do that before next season, but we can only do that if you share, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that stuff, engage people. And obviously individual channels are in the description below. Let's get the rest of the team to 100K throughout this calendar year. But Matisse, yeah, I mean, you know my thoughts on that game, Chelsea Forest. I let you know before it. I let you know at halftime, and I haven't spoken to you since for a reason. You've made it, and you made it top 4. Yeah, talk to us.
I'm just relieved, honestly. I'm glad that it's over. The season has just been so nip and tuck, especially towards the back end. The way that we kind of entered this period of fixtures after Ipswich, I think a lot of the kind of hope for Champions League was starting to fade, because the performances, whether it be players being missing, not in form, like Cole Palmer, key player, you're thinking with the fixtures coming up, there's just no way it's going to go in our favour. And I think a combination, of course, of Nottingham Forest being really poor in this back end, and also our form just being brilliant, really, really good, just wins everywhere, apart from Newcastle away. And even when you watch that game, okay, first half not great, but then after the 10 men, they actually was pretty resilient, pretty compact, stayed in the game, kept it respectful, almost got a late equalizer. I think it's hopefully a mentality shift for this lot, because I wasn't really. This is the game here, this Forest game, that I've just been worried about for weeks, because I just knew it was going to be decided by the odd goal. You look at Chris Wood's finishing in that game, some of the chances that he missed, on top of the great defending that we did, but they're always going to have a couple of moments. One of those moments don't go our way, and suddenly the whole landscape of next season is completely different. But I honestly think the boys and the manager deserved it because the performance was proper Chelsea. That's all I can describe it as a proper Chelsea performance. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't swashbuckling football. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't even flattering. It was just proper defending, doing your due diligence, concentrating, staying calm, leadership, getting through waves of the game and just sniffing it out and getting that goal. And that's all you needed. It wasn't about let's prove a point with the performance or just get the result. And the result was fantastic. Uncle Tosin at the back, brilliant. Colwell, a lot of criticism, brilliant. Unbelievable defending from those two, defending the box, getting things clear. Cucurella, again, outstanding. James on the right back position, brilliant as well. Obviously, the forwards were flattering to deceive, but we don't care. We needed this, man. I wasn't even. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're celebrating the Champions League." Listen, we know what success looks like. We know what success looks like. You look at the trophies that people have won in the last few weeks. That's success. But you gotta almost decompartmentalize a little bit with this team because the manager is a rookie. The team is the youngest team to qualify, whatever it is, even though it was, you know, expensively assembled. These guys are happy because they've achieved something that for the first time they're playing Champions League football, some of them. And even though as a Chelsea fan, I'm like, yo, raise the standards. This is like the bare minimum. You're only what you experience. And Reece James, Chalobah, these guys have obviously got to teach them that, yo, this is not really the level. This is not the achievement. The achievement is winning Premier League, winning Champions League. But I can imagine the pressure that they were under and the amount of stress and the amount of slagging off that they were going to get if they didn't make it. So I think the joy is from relief. I think sometimes we see celebrations where like, you know, it's relief as well. It's definitely relief because these people are under pressure, man. The whole club's under pressure. If they didn't get this, everybody would have been there. We all know it. If Chelsea didn't qualify, everybody would have been ready to cuss them. We're already struggling with the sponsorship, struggling with all these different things in the club without Champions League. So yeah, it's just relief, really. Relief. I'm exhausted.
Sponsorships without Champions, that can't be the reason. Sorry, I know it's not the main topic. But
I know, but this season we didn't have a spot. Look, that would be
can't be that though, man. But fucking Wrexham have a sponsor.
I know, but I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't get a sponsorship done for the season.
They ain't Champions League, bro. I don't know what your owners are on, but
whatever it is, it's I don't know. But all I know is that these guys have obviously got in their minds what their figure is or what they want, and they can't get that figure without Champions League. So they'd clearly rather go without, or they want a multi-year deal, 7-8 year long-term sponsorship that they can't get right now for the value they want without Champions League qualification. So Conference League ain't got the eyes, you know what I mean? Channel 4. So yeah, man. But what a performance. And we move, man.
I said what a performance.
No, it was a great performance. Genuinely, it was a great Forest.
I mean, yeah, Forest barely done a thing. First half, they was the better side, probed a bit more, 100%. But second half, yeah, you got your goal on that.
Please, man.
Forest are the only team to beat Liverpool this season, no? Before the title win. Forest
Chris Wood, man. Do you see
this?
Chelsea fan that Chris Wood, you know. You don't see it.
Right at the end, 93rd minute.
Yo, bro, even the other chance that you should bury that, man.
Flipped
over the keeper, you know. So now listen, you know what it is though? I think Chelsea defense though, you got to give it credit. Levi Colwell, I thought he was amazing. I even think the keeper, man, since he's shaved his head off, I don't know what's gone on with him, man. He's just turned into a reliable goalkeeper all of a sudden. So you have to give their defense, and obviously Caicedo and that, and defensively they've been solid, man. And they've not been conceded many goals. I think you've only lost once, innit? Or something like that in your last how many games?
Newcastle away.
Newcastle,
maybe last 7-8.
So yeah, man. Forest didn't do enough, man. Forest didn't deserve nothing. I'll be honest with you, man. Like Chelsea deserved it in the end. They got the goal, scrappy goal. I hear it, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But I think for me, they deserved it in the end. And you know what I mean, they've been more consistent than the rest. And that's what it is. Simple as that. So fair play to them. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people doubted Maresca because I thought, you know what, is he doing a lot? You know, a lot of changes. They weren't playing fluid football. It wasn't great, But you know what? Fair
You
play.
backing that nonsense. That guy thinks he's still managing Leicester or something in the back.
Yeah. He is. Listen, he came out, and I'm not gonna lie to you. He came out with chest because he knew he was under pressure.
He needs to be easy, bro. He didn't do a madness. I mean, it was the expectation is top 4, right? Like that was the,
but for him though, they were not saying that. Everyone was saying, you know what, man, he's a young manager. There was all this kind of thing of even if they didn't get top 4, should we really sack him, etc., etc. So there was not really like, and he obviously came out and think, yo, you man that doubted me, like F you in it basically. So do you know what I mean? Man came out like, yo, he said, yo, I'm here to send shots to you, man. So let's see. Yeah, everyone's doing this, by the way. I think.
What do you think, Matisse? F off. What do you think?
As long as he's talking to the media and not to Chelsea fans, I think he's fine. Because a lot of the media, when you look at the predictions, I don't really care because I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as we got our qualification, I was done. I'm happy there. Whatever happens after that, that's for everyone else to discuss. I'm not really bothered. But when you look at predictions at the start of the season, a lot of people did have Chelsea 6th or have them 7th, and I don't believe that getting it on the final day and just making it is an F off. If I'm honest, because that is fine margins, right? That is not an F off, and that's why I say credit to the manager, credit to the players, because I think they got that result in spite of the directors, not because of. But I don't think Chelsea have no lessons to learn from the season. I don't think Chelsea just go off into the sunset and don't actually address what they lacked and what they're weak at and try and improve, because you didn't do it comfortably. You done it right on the final day. That's not what you want to be doing going forward. So, but listen, there's a lot of people talking 100%. So if he's heard something from media or pundits and he wanted to have a little clap back, I ain't got no problem with that. As long as he's not talking to Chelsea fans, that's fine.
They had to go on like a strong run towards the end of the season to literally get it on goal difference against Aston Villa.
We didn't get it on goal difference. We cleared them by 3 points.
Oh, sorry, it changed because I forgot they lost in the end to Man United. Sorry, it's 3 points.
So did Newcastle. Newcastle lost.
I'm not disputing that. I'm supporting your argument on how it's not like an F off. Like, okay, you know what, clap back. I think we're all happy to see people clap back when they've been doubted. But in the end of the day, this Chelsea team, with the amount of investment, clawing their way to top 4, I mean, you got to see improvement next season. You have to see improvement next season. Props to what they did towards the back end of the season. I saw that your defensive record really turned the corner in the last couple of games. But it begs the question, look at where you were in December. Look where you were at the start of December, or even midway during December. Should you have even put yourself in this position to begin with?
I'm
gonna unsurprisingly go against what Toby's saying. I think they should be commended for their last 8-10 games. I think we all looked at their fixture list. Matisse was crying, shitting his pants every single week, saying, "Oh my God, the last 5-6 games." And when we read it, and when he kept reading out the fixtures, we were like, "Oh shit, daunting fixtures indeed." I think to reach Champions League in his first season is fine. It's more than fine. It was their target. It was the absolute target. How they've done it, I keep saying it, over a 38-game period, it doesn't matter. The 38 games define where you are, where you end, it defines where you end up. And they end up in the Champions League. So props do go out to the likes of Caicedo, who had a rough start, or some people envisaged a rough start. Colwell, who's getting a lot of stick and criticism at some stages of the season. And the coach himself, you know. But where I do agree with TOBS is they have to improve overall next season, because the amount of investment, Champions League was the least they could have done or got with that amount of investment. But overall, you got to say they turned it around, because at one stage we were ready to laugh at them. And if they can top that off with a Mickey Mouse trophy, let's not get too carried away, but it's still a trophy. It's going to be a European Mickey Mouse trophy and Champions League. I'd say job done. Now, levels of job, that's up to each Chelsea fan to have their own say. But from looking from the outside, I think deep sigh of relief, and let's build from here. That's the way I look at it.
For me,
that would have been the minimum expectation at the start of the season. So you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
When you look at the manager is his first season in the Prem, and when you look at the summer and how it really didn't improve the squad, to be honest. All it did was kind of fluff up the squad for Conference League. Your Dewsbury Halls, your Felixes, your Jorgensons, none of them really had a massive impact. Maybe Neto, a couple big goals and assists at the end, the tossings, but it wasn't great. And then January, nothing as well. And then Jackson being Jackson and these things, you know, keeping James fit, keeping Lavia a bit fit. Like he's definitely made progression. You look at Chelsea, they're up there for chances created with Liverpool, I think firmly at the top. And then defensively, they're third. And defensively third with Sanchez in goal, who, yes, has improved, but, you know, he's Sanchez. He's still had a lot of blunders. I think it's good. There's definitely some foundations there. He just needs to get the right backing in the summer. So you can kind of sit there and say, right, if top managers need top players, rookie managers definitely need top players. And then you can judge him even more, you know, fairly, I guess, for what he's got to deal with next season.
I just think, what is it next season? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, mate. No, I just think they've got what the objective was. You know, he's come in there, whether he's a rookie manager or not, the squad and the players he's dealing with, he's better than most. You know, the money they've spent, everyone parked on about it. So the least they had to get was Champions League. They got it. There was times in the season where, yeah, it did look rocky. So you've got to give them credit for that. They got in the Champions League. It's where they need to be. But then I think, what's the next step now? You know, I'm looking at next season. I'm looking at his objectives, and I don't think it's the manager and the players. I think they're a good squad of players, and I think the manager is a good coach. And I think after he started with this passing out from the back and everyone said it won't work and all that, now the fans actually trust him. I feel like next season he will be able to put his stamp on it. But it's the off the pitch thing that like I can't get with him. It's like the buying of Felix and loaning him out. Oh, we get Raheem Sterling, he's gone. We'll grab Sancho, and it all looks a little bit mad and rushed. And I think if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm concerned about that side. I feel like this summer they've got to have a solid summer. They've got young kids out on loan at Strasbourg. They've got them Brazilian Estevillo and all them who they're fantastic. You know, they could come into the fold. Whether they loan them out again, I don't know. But I feel like Disassi and stuff like that, it's like, oh, there's a name available, we'll grab him. And like Matisse said, maybe they did fluff it up for the Conference League, but there's a lot of contracts and a lot of wages there. And I feel like my focus, I'm watching Chelsea very, very closely off the pitch this season. Make sure to get it right in the transfer market, because I feel like Cole Palmer is exceptional. People giving him fucking stick because he didn't score for so long, but he's an exceptional player. You know what I mean? The midfield too, Fernandez and Caicedo, the spine of the team, good. Colwell, good. The striker issue stinks. Jackson's he's not the one. You know, you might get top four every year with that striker, but you ain't going to win the league. Not with him. You know what I mean? And I feel like Chelsea now need to step it up. No squad players, first team players, players where we all take a step back and go, fucking hell. No way if Chelsea signed him. You look at Liverpool business this week, Frimpong, Kirkes, Wirtz, every single one in the Premier League goes, fucking hell, they mean business. It's not a Nunes, fucking Simicast, someone else kind of window where you think, yeah, whatever, let them have them. It's one where they think, fuck me, they've got the title in the bag and it's like, we're going for it. So I think the same with Chelsea. If they can pull a couple of surprises out, and Champions League is massive.
Massive. That's why they needed. That's why they needed it. 100%.
You look at United. How their future just changed by one thing. Didn't win the Europa, no Champions League, them targets in the bin, new targets. And that's the level you're at now. So Chelsea, listen, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm happy. I'm sure they are going to be happy, but I feel like off the pitch, they've got to get a bit more stability. And I feel like they've got to bring in them players where people go, fucking hell, Chelsea mean business now. You know what I mean?
100%.
Can we segue? Go on.
Sorry. I was just going to say the Champions League point is massive, and it's applicable not just for them. I feel it too. It's massive because they were able to pretty much play a completely different team in a lot of that competition up until the latter stages, right? You're not going to get to do that in the Champions League. And and a lot of those players that they were playing, they don't cut the mustard. Dewsbury Hall doesn't cut the mustard. Nkuku doesn't cut the mustard. Yeah, the Sassy don't cut the mustard. Like a lot of those players, they don't cut the mustard. So to Steve's point, and I know Matisse, you've been banging on about this all summer. For a team that has spent so much money, well, here we're here telling each other they have to go out and spend more money. They have to, because when you look at that squad, as talented as it is in certain areas, they need to beef it up in attack. They need to beef up the central defensive position as well. They need to beef that squad up for consistently having to play a strong side and playing strong opponents the majority of
100%
in the season.
100%. Qualifying for the champion. Look, we've seen it with Newcastle. We've seen it with Villa. They're both just kind of bouncing back and forth between Champions League, no Champions League, Champions League. Like, qualifying for the Champions League whilst playing in the Champions League is a completely different kettle of fish, because you, like you said, you got to be able to play a strong team twice a week. And then after the league phase is over, you're going straight into the winter period, which we always historically struggle with. And then you're back into it again. So the mentality has to be spine players, key players, starting 11 players. And you get 3 or 4. You that's it. Don't touch the team after that. Don't be bringing in 9, 10, 11 players again. Don't be doing any unnecessary business. You need to clear out Sterling's, Chilwell's, Kepa's.
Do you know what
so many players have to leave. I hope there's enough time for them to do what they need to do, but they need to be getting a move on now, like getting players moved on.
Do you know what the problem is, Matisse, and what I foresee being a problem? I know we discussed about we need to get some big names and first teamers and all of this, marquee type players. It's the coach situation. Now, I think it's very apparent that I don't think he's up to working with big names, because he's not a big name himself. I don't know if he commands the respect or he has the aura. I think he's more of a coach who wants to work with people that are going to listen to him. Now, are the likes of Osimhen, for example, going to listen to him? You know what I mean by when I say listen to him, is he going to be able to handle big boy personalities like the Raheem Sterlings? I know he's no longer there, but I'm just saying, Sancho's, for example, I know you're paying money to send him back. That's a disgrace. We'll discuss that later on in the show. But that's the only balance that you're going to have to find. Your strategy, your recruitment strategy has to be spot on in terms of not only names, but attitudes and characters and personalities have to align with your new coach and a youngish coach and a rookie coach almost, still only second season. So I think it's I know it's a huge summer for all of us, and we're going to speak about that, but it's a huge summer for you as well. Yeah.
100%.
What is it for you next season in terms of he hit targets that you've hit the target this season, top 4, and
the title, didn't he?
Potentially a cut. You said, what did he say? Title?
Yeah.
Listen, for me, if we were doing the right business, we should be aiming to win the title. Like, not saying we're going to be favorites, but you should be putting your hat in the ring. There's absolutely no reason as to why you shouldn't be.
I hear it, though. I hear it.
If we get 3-4 needle movers and you were in a title race until December, why are you not taking that to March? Why are you not extending that?
Who's that for you? Who's the 3-4 needle movers for you?
These aren't realistic because of the wage structure, but you get Osimhen. You do look at Rodrigo, because why not? You're in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? You're playing now at the peak level of football. What's stopping you from trying to get these players? You're a big club. The goalkeeping situation, I actually want to see Petrovic get an opportunity, because I think he's had a great season at Strasbourg, and he's improved on ball playing kind of parts of his game that I think is probably going to be pretty important here. I don't know if he's ready, but that's what preseason's for. I actually in my video I said Romero. A lot of people disagreed. It was controversial, but he got man of the match in the Europa League. It's not going to happen. But it's funny how many boxes he actually ticks as a defender when I was going through everything. No, but I've never. Hey, really? That's you and Saeed's. That's you and Saeed's beef. Hold on, slow down. That's you and Saeed's beef, right? I've not said shit about him. But when you actually go through, and this is why Atletico Madrid won him. It's funny, because if he's good enough for Atletico Madrid, and everybody just made the assumption he's going to play under Diego Simeone, then why are we just pretending like this is some scrubber dub? No chance. Like, when you talk about leadership, yeah, of course not, absolutely not. But when we talk about experience, Premier League experience, high line experience, you talk about leadership, you talk about aerial dominance on the ground, you talk about like big game player. Look at the Europa League final, etc. Someone like that is what you kind of need in that back line, just to give it an extra boost. Obviously he's chaotic, he's irrational sometimes, he might get sent off, etc. But that's we had that. We had players that were leaders that got sent off, so it happens. And the midfield is done. Fullbacks are done. That maybe a 10 to back up Palmer, to compete with Palmer, but that's extra stuff. If you get me the left winger, you send Sancho back to Man United, kind regards, yours sincerely, all of these things. You send him back, you wish him well. Man United can deal with that situation, and you get the striker, you get the left winger, you make the right decisions on the keeper. I think you're in a good position.
Question. So you say obviously the midfield is done. So we know the main four, right? Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, and Lavia. So there's that. You basically saying next season you're comfy with them going all in with Santos and Leslie.
Yeah. Santos has. If Santos is not part of this team next season, he's going to. The only teams I'm seeing him rumored with are good teams, very, very good teams. So he just made the Brazil squad today. Ancelotti's just picked him. He's going to be a very, 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 very good player. So we need to be keeping him. That's some great business that we did to find him. He had a great season at Strasbourg, so I'm more than happy with that. And honestly, like that, we don't need. I don't believe we need to do much, and nor should we have to do much. You don't spend that amount of money and then have to make 10 additions. It should be 3 or 4. It's just if you don't do the 3 or 4. It's the different. I mean, look at Liverpool when they did the Alisson, the Van Dijk, those signings. If you don't do those 3 or 4, you're too scared to do those 3 or 4, you'll never get anywhere near it. That's the difference. You have to do those 3 or 4. And that's what we haven't done.
And then on the wide areas, I know obviously you're sticking on Chelsea. So you've got obviously Sancho's going. So you've got Noni, Neto, you've got Esteval coming in, you've got that Sporting Lisbon winger coming in.
He's coming in 2026.
2026, yeah.
2026. Okay, cool. So then
Mudryk is still suspended, so he can't be even sold.
Jesus, I completely forgot about him. So does he go this summer? Does he go this summer as well?
He can't be going anywhere until we find out what's going on with his piss test.
So when do you get some closure on that?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie. I've moved on. I'm adding a winger anyway. Like I ain't got time for that. I'm adding a winger, and then when the results come out. And then, Jeremy Carl, whoever wants to run that, then we go from there. But we ain't got time to wait. So I'll be real.
Oh yeah, Lukaku. Is he still there?
No, God, no. If he was still there, I swear to him, I would not be smiling right now. I'm telling you right now.
So what happened with him? Did you get a fee for him, or did you just let him go?
We did get a fee for him.
Did you sell him for like 30 to Napoli?
Yeah, we got a fee. Hey. Listen, he's a bargain for them at 30. He's
but
when he was here. Nah, bruv, I'll get rid of him for free. You don't need that type of problem in your job.
I think Lukaku is better than Jackson.
Of course,
there isn't the thing.
Of course he is.
Jackson.
And I think, it gets you 20 goals a season. It's only when he went United he stinks the gaff out.
He didn't really stunk at Chelsea as well. He stunk at Chelsea big time.
He actually did all right at United first season.
I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what to make of him. He's won the title with Inter. He's now won the title with Napoli. He's
got to play to his strengths. If you get the ball long and smash it and use him as a battering ram, you're going to get the best out of him. If you want him to link up intricate play, bring it down on his chest, lay it off to the midfielders, it was fucking bouncing all over the place. That's why they call him.
It seems, but that's the difference between Martinez, the Belgian manager, who tried to play all this intricate football with him, Kevin De Bruyne and the rest of the midfielders of Tielemans and all this kind of business with Belgium, as opposed to Conte, who said, "Nah, I'm in our business."
For him, it's you
are Lukaku, and I'm going to make the most of you. And Conte, by the way, like I know he may split opinions, even amongst Italian fans, whatever, blah blah blah. But what a phenomenal coach, man!
It's crazy. He's the best manager in world football when it comes to taking a mediocre
comes to what though? It's mad. It's like
and literally just like making them the poster boy for like
then
1 or 2 seasons.
Apparently he's going
to leave.
Did you not see his
he's mad.
Did you not see his the interaction with the Napoli owner? Yeah, the camera's panned here. So Napoli owner is coming towards Conte. He wants to basically embrace him, and Conte is just like, "Bro, leave me alone. Who do you think you are?" Like, it was very frosty. And then we hear, and then I was telling my chat, I was like, "Yo, this is a bit weird, man. Why is it a bit?" And the next thing you know, 2 days later, he's about to leave Napoli.
To leave the champions, leading to the title.
It's crazy.
He needs a certain
with him. He's a madman. He actually is.
He's a madman.
Yeah, he's a madman. Me and Matisse, we've experienced it with him managing our club. You go from loving him to literally hating him, right?
Yeah.
But you cannot deny his brilliance when it comes to make like converting a team into like title winning team. He's done that multiple times, right?
I
Obviously
said it.
across the
I
league.
said Spurs are a doomed club if Conte. If a man like Conte can't turn you around, you're a doomed club. I remember saying
he
that
deserved
at the
to go.
time.
He was
'Cause
terrible.
that's how
Down tools.
certy. That's how certy he is.
Yeah, but then he downs tools. That's the thing with Conte. Like he literally downs tools.
He's
like
very
he has,
toxic.
No. He blows up. He doesn't down tools.
No,
When
he
he
does
loses
down tools.
it, I guess down tool. When he loses it, he thinks fuck off.
Yeah, if he doesn't get his way, he downs tools 100%.
Yeah. But what's his way though? If his way ensures you a title or winning league, then do it his way.
But not everyone can do it his way.
His way is potentially financially putting you in a hole for.
Yeah,
no, he's not. No, I don't think he's that.
No, Matisse, no, it's not even just financials.
I don't think he wouldn't ask Spurs, for example, to spend beyond their means. But if
Yes,
he's
he
at
would.
Chelsea,
He did.
not
He
beyond
did.
your means.
No, but I don't even just. It's not
You
even
need to
just
do.
spending.
He's like walk with me.
Yeah, but it's not just spending beyond your means. You're spending buckloads of money, and you're potentially signing players that contradict your club's policy, and you're signing those players on his guidance.
His
Saying,
watch, yeah.
get me this player.
If your policy is no trophies, fuck your policy.
Grizz, if he went to Grizz,
You know what
Grizz,
Conte says, do my
Grizz.
way, walk with me, I'll get you a title.
Bro,
Grizz, if he went to Liverpool,
Liverpool,
there is absolutely no way Liverpool would follow his remit.
No way.
Agreed,
Agreed,
but
right?
We wouldn't recruit him. That's why we didn't go for Ancelotti, for example. That's why we didn't, because Ancelotti wanted a whole heap of funds and money. That's why we went for Klopp, who was happy to work with what we've got. That's why we didn't go for Emery. We went for Slot, who was.
But that's
happy
why
to
you
work
have
with
you have to know who you're hiring. It's basically. It's
But when it
basically
goes badly as well, though, it goes badly, and that's what happened at Tottenham. Yeah, cool. Tottenham board, they're losers, whatever. But hold on a minute, you lost to Southampton, didn't you? You lost to teams like you shouldn't be losing to. You know what I mean? And it's down to you and your tactics. So he's a top manager, but what comes with the baggage that comes with Conte, it's a lot to take, man.
Nah, see, this is it. I think in the modern day age and game, I think he's an awful manager. I think he's an elite coach. I think he's an absolutely coach. But when you give him things to deal with, and situations, and manage basically players, manage directors, manage football agents, manage everything else, then he fucking blows up and loses.
There's a cap on it as well.
He's
There's
just
a
from a
cap on it
different
as
time.
well.
If he was in the 90s and 2000s as a manager, he'd be rated as one of the best ever.
100%.
Because his aura suits that era.
Yeah.
Where people ain't feeling soft for the players because they have a manager that shouts at them, or an owner that, because the manager back then they were more like,
He's weird though. I don't know how to work him out. Like seriously, you're right. Everything
like judge him on what he's done and what he's done. Maybe not on a European level, but on a club level.
But then that's another one as well.
What was his record like for Italy? It was decent, wasn't it?
He did what? He got them to the quarters in the Euro 2016. Got them to the semis. He got them to the semis, didn't he?
Yeah,
got
decent.
them to the semis in 2016, and that team was not good. That
I was gonna say those batch
was
of
not
players
a good Italy team. But it's more like, for me, as I said, it's the players that he wants. It's the strain that he has on your club, not just financially, but emotionally as well. If you don't give into his way, he really, really knows how to stink a place out.
How did we get into a segment onto Conte, man? What's he going to do?
I'm not gonna lie, his achievement is worth talking about.
Well, it's great. It's great.
Genuinely, like what you just said about emotional strain is facts. He will literally tear your fan base apart. He will literally just. He doesn't take no prisoners. He doesn't care if the club is in disarray after he's left. As long as he's got his way, or he doesn't, then everything else can go to hell. Like that's it. That's all he cares. Like it's mad. Do you know what I mean? It's not long term. The thing is with Conte, you can't build really long term with him, to be honest.
At all. Yeah. He's a short term. When you hire Conte, I'm only getting a good 2 years out of you, but let's see.
Max.
If you do well in 2 years, maybe we can tempt you into another.
Yeah.
Except Tottenham.
I mean, he came in and he got us top 4. So
yeah.
Let me do some of these super chats that have come in. Let me try to stick to Chelsea first. If I can.
I will go down as one of the top 5 videos on Big Six, man. That Antonio. I swear now.
You don't know how much I loved, as a coach.
It's true.
Before he joined, I love Conte, bro. Like fantastic manager, and I still think he's a fantastic manager. But there's a cap. There's a cap on him in comparison to the Klopps, to the Peps. Like you can't touch them, man, because them man are balancing.
I would have been gassed.
Balancing multiple competitions, and they're not letting, like, they're emotional managers, but not letting the emotion override the main objective.
Yeah.
Like them man are clear of him.
Yeah.
Let me get the Chelsea ones in. Frankie said, Mr. Matisse, with the way they celebrated, looks like a parade is coming if you win the conference. Will you be there? Tits out with top 4 on your chest.
There'll be no parade for Conference League. I can tell you that for sure.
TOBS, Tottenham. Jay Kwan says, Sancho looking hella happy. Where does he think he's going?
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I can't lie. The way people are taking a mick of that.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. What was he meant to do though? Just be quiet in the corner. It's funny.
Cool. Is this on Chelsea? No, this is on quite a few for TOBS. Cool. Liverpool, Arsenal. Congrats, Matisse from KM saying on getting the Champions League. Question for the panel. If you have qualified for Champions League, please switch off your camera. I'm trying to find a big 6 imposter.
Don't do that, man. Come on, guys. It's crazy, man.
Lonely. I am so
Lonely.
I am so lonely.
Ain't no more, man.
I got nobody for my own.
That's a fair. We'll be back, man. Somehow.
That's actually crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
But you
Like,
know,
that's so
said-
ridiculous.
I went on a SAEED TV. I went on a SAEED TV stream chat, about 2 years ago, and I said, SAEED, because he was talking about curtains on the wall those days, and I said to him, SAEED, there's tunnels at the end of the light, for as far as your club's concerned. And how true that was, SAEED? Your chat was chatting to me. Where are they now? I said, there's a lot of tunnels at the end of that light.
Matisse, truth in these rumors, Ekatike?
According to the GRIZZ bombers, do you know what I mean? He tells me that they're real. Listen, I like the player, but I don't think him and Jackson makes a lot of sense together as a force to be going into next season. He almost feels like a Jackson replacement. He feels like stylistically like a baby Isak, someone that joins the dots, but I'm not sure about his box presence. I'm not sure about him in the air. I'm not sure about even how clinical he'll be. I like him as a player. Like, he's easy on the eye. He looks great. He'll probably be an upgrade, to be honest, because I think the shooting looks better than Jackson's from what I've seen. But yeah, Grizz, if you got more info on him, I
was just going to say it wasn't a hate to Chelsea. All I said was obviously Liverpool. I didn't know about Chelsea. All I know, Liverpool fans were asking me to find out. I asked someone, and he said, as far as he knows, Chelsea are closer to him than Liverpool. So that's where I said to you, look, it's more Liverpool related, but if it affects Chelsea, then fair enough. But he said Chelsea are more interested than Liverpool at this stage.
Do you know, it just feels like, because Maresca did say publicly that he wants someone like Jackson. So this just seems like an upgrade on him. Like, systematically, it's not too much of a shift.
He's a nice player.
You're not getting like an Osimhen.
He's different from Jackson completely. This guy's a modern day Trezeguet. He's not like, he's tall, he's Langley, he's got a lovely touch though for a tall guy and a lanky guy. I'm not sure about his strength and brute force in the Premier League.
Hold up play, back to goal.
Hold up play. I think he's a good player though. I think he's a very good player.
I feel like he's the kind of player that I'd want after. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean to disrespect him, but I feel like I need someone with a bit more of a presence in the box. When the crosses are coming in, man, I need someone who's going to be like seriously attacking those crosses. Someone that's
a good player, man.
20 goals. I don't know.
It's a risk, but then
it's a risk.
Apart from who's certified 20 goals this season on sale?
No, to be honest, no one's certified like that. But Gyökeres can't head the ball. That's the crazy thing. Gyökeres actually.
You reckon Gyökeres is 20 goals in the league 30?
He should.
It's the closest to 30 you're going to get availability wise.
Exactly. Him and Osimhen. But you lot are gonna get Delap though. I don't know. From what I'm hearing, is
Bro, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. This is why I just wait, man, because
No.
who knows what's gonna happen. Delap 30 mil. This guy.
I think Delap's going to go to the team that it guarantees he's their first choice. I think that's what it is.
I would rather. Again, I don't know.
Is he first choice at Chelsea?
I think he's going Newcastle. Me.
Is he first choice?
You've been saying that for a while, isn't it?
I think he's going Newcastle. I think Wilson and that are going out there. I think he's perfect to go up there. They're going to love him. Everton
unless they play him up with
Everton as well are interested as well.
Unless they're selling Isak, they can't have two players of that caliber.
He's not starting for Everton. Sorry, he's not starting for Newcastle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think he will fancy that challenge because I think he'll think Isak's going to go sooner rather than later. Someone's going to take him. So go Newcastle, get myself in there. Isak's injured a lot. Play the game, score the goals. Fans love me. He'll be number one at Newcastle in 2 years. And for 30 million, it's a steal. I mean, he's in the best position of any footballer for a while. He's young. Everyone wants him. He's going to get a decent signing on fee. The fee in this market is insane. It's cheap. So he's touting himself about. The agents putting him everywhere. And
he spoke to everyone.
Yeah, he spoke to everyone. So fair play to him. But I think Newcastle, it just looks the right fit for him.
I think if Chelsea offer him first team football, and I think they're the only ones that can, saying, "Look, you're a number one striker." If
I don't think you can do that with Delap. I don't think you can say to Delap that you're going to be the number one striker next season. Not for the aspirations that I'm talking about. This is my thing. The aspirations that I'm talking about. You can't be going into the season as Delap as your first choice. That signals to me that you're ready to be again fighting for Champions League football. Yeah, you're willing to fight for Champions League football again.
I'm looking at used to can. I don't think you're in a position to be grumpy.
Tottenham and United.
Man United.
100%.
Bro, I don't know your point as if like I'd say no to the lap.
I don't know about you.
But does the lap start over Solanke?
But you know what?
The lap's not a better footballer than Solanke.
He's not a better footballer, but he could start. He could snatch Solanke's chain. He could. That's a good problem to have. But the point that GRIZZ made is also applicable to Tottenham as well. It is like we can't guarantee him like consistent first team football. We can't give him that guarantee because we spent 65. It's the truth because we spent 60. Do you think Tottenham are going to spend 65 million on a player and we're just going to put him on the bench?
He's not 65 million, guys.
No,
I'm talking about Solanke.
Well, sometimes look, him and Cunha, I think, would be lethal and revitalize Man United attack. Right?
He starts for Man United easily all day long.
Yeah, but
Champions League, man. Champions League. Listen, United have got more chance of signing fucking Vardy on a free transfer than getting fucking Delap.
Steve, I'll be honest.
No, but Delap would be number one, Steve. There, if you tell him,
I would love Delap.
You're the number one.
Too much pressure. You saw Sancho and all them boys. They went there. They crumbled. Too much.
There's pressure. There's pressure at all the clubs. If you're going to start, I hear it. But if you're going to start for a Champions League team, that's pressure. Delap has. I'm sorry. I think Delap's getting a bit too much smoke right now. Delap is not.
I'm with you.
Delap has not shown anything where he needs to be walking into any top 6 team and starting. You can
and
be a squad player.
Because Newcastle.
You can go in there and be a squad player, but you ain't going into any of these teams and starting. I'm sorry.
You know what it is?
Bro, I don't know, man. Look at the quality of strikers in the top 6.
Yeah, but look at the strikers.
He scored more than Solanke this season.
Look at the strikers available.
He scored more than 5 of our strikers, 5 team strikers. Main strikers.
With who?
It's only Haaland is the only striker on this panel that starts.
Come on,
striker.
man.
Look at the players available. That's what I'm saying. Like someone's got to buy Gyökeres. Someone has to buy Osimhen. These players have to go somewhere.
So, Osimhen's going Al Hilal for me, I think.
I know, but haven't you also like? There's also the element, right? Look at where you lot are. Look at how it's been, right? Osimhen is obviously the better striker. It goes without saying, right? But if Osimhen comes in and it's just this same bullshit around him, which it's been like with Chelsea for the last few years, he could just football. Where Delap's got a bit more, in my opinion, to kind of prove. He'll come in with a bit more gusto, in my opinion. Whereas you're gonna pay Osimhen 350k or whatever it is, because the main reason Osimhen would come to you is because a bigger, better club or a better place club wouldn't be in for him, and you would be giving him big money. That's the reasons he'd come to you, not come to you because he wants to start winning stuff because he loves Chelsea, right? I'm not saying Delap would come for those same reasons, but as a young striker, English striker, that's got quite a bit of hype about him, and it costs you half the price on wages as well as transfer fee.
But
I don't understand
but
how he's being completely dismissed here.
I'm not
because
saying dismissed,
I
but I'm
wouldn't
saying
take him
as a
as
starter, I
choice,
think he
but-
should be. I think he should be dismissed as a starter, an outright guaranteed starter, which is what he wants. Apparently, I think that has to be dismissed. Because if you're coming to prove yourself, like what you're saying, you have to come then to prove yourself, which means you're not guaranteed to start anything. You're coming in to compete for a position, and if you're in form and you're banging in goals, then you can start. If you're not, you're sitting on the bench. That's how I would look at that. Then
the lap at the price point would be a snip. He'd be a very good signing for
Price
pretty
saves
much
the lap.
any club interested at that, especially at that price point. But you see the weight of expectation on and I'm not even talking about Tottenham. I'm specifically talking about Chelsea. The striker that's going to play for Chelsea, he has to bang. And I think the lap can score goals at Chelsea. But if you're trying to measure what he can offer right now versus what Chelsea are trying to go for, as per Matisse's words, next season, that can't be your single point of failure. You need to get someone better than him who can actually shoulder the expectation. And then the laps goals, they're an add-on. You can't promise him undisputed first team football next season if your aspiration is to win the Premier League. You just can't do that.
Yeah,
I get that. I mean,
I
I get that. It's just as my point still kind of relevant. That look at Liverpool, who they won the league with as their striker.
That's because they have Salah.
I know, but what I'm saying,
Salah.
would you rather Osimhen up top, and because of the cost of Osimhen, someone else on the Lookman on the left wing, or would you rather Rodrigo on the left and Delap up top?
This is the thing.
Which one would you rather? I just want to understand: Rodrigo, Delap, or Osimhen, Lookman?
I wouldn't want Delap then. If we got Rodrigo, I'd want the guy at Frankfurt, because I think stylistically he would match Rodrigo better. I think Delap needs service. I think he's the kind of player that if you're going to have goal scoring wingers, they're going to be chasing the goals, and Delap's kind of what is his role, like a battering ram. Whereas I think if you're, I just think the front three needs to make sense. The biggest issue this season is the front three doesn't make sense. You've got a striker that is not really a striker. He's kind of like he wants to drop deep, link things, create for others, and then you've got wingers that don't score goals. Chelsea need to decide that they're going to have goal scoring wingers and a kind of creative forward, or you're going to have a forward and creative wingers. Now, I would like goals across the whole lot because I'm just, I just need the goals now. But when you go for Delap, bro, that for me doesn't equate to a Rodrigo. I think I don't think that matches up. It doesn't work for me in terms of style. We're talking about Delap. Delap is like a guy that I'd be much more comfortable if we're not a possession dominant team and we're kind of more of like a back and forth rock and roll. There's spacing behind, there's transitions. I think that's where he's coming from, Ipswich. They're getting that space. I would be more comfortable with him coming into a team where he's going to get space, like a United. No one's going against United and thinking, let's just give them all the ball because we're not good enough to compete. You're going to have the ball against United. They're not great at keeping it. Whereas at Chelsea, we're trying to keep the ball and we play at a slow pace. I don't think that suits someone like Delap who's coming from Ipswich. I'd go more technical.
But I think he has got, like, I'm not saying you're saying he hasn't got technical quality, but
I'm not saying no technical quality. He's got some from City.
And that's what I said.
I think Eketeke's got more.
That's what I said. That's why I said I don't think you're saying that he hasn't got any, but I'm saying like we've not seen him in a team that are possession based. Like I think if anything, what he's been able to do in a team that don't have a lot of the ball this season has been like quality. So you can almost look at it another way. You can say, what can he do for a team that does have possession? Okay, cool. It's going to be a slower paced game, but he's going to get more chances, more opportunities. And he's someone who's proven to be alert and alive when he gets in the box, right? So
do you see him as clinical? Because I don't get that from him yet. I don't get a clinical vibe from him yet.
Maybe not clinical, but I don't see him. When I've watched them play, I don't see him as someone who's wasting a lot of chances. What I do see is someone who backs himself, takes like a suitable number of attempts at goal. Right, I think he's strong. I think you can leave him up top by himself, and I've seen him handle like 2-3 potential plays in certain spells. So, and then I think he's a good athlete, and like he doesn't treat the ball like a hot potato. Like he's actually got he's got some technical quality about him. So I can see him doing well for a club. I just think for him personally in his development, just my opinion, no facts, no evidence, no nothing. I think he's probably better served going to a club that can give him like uninterrupted first team football. Because that's what's actually that's what's made him be surfaced by Ipswich anyway. He's playing week in, week out. If he goes to Chelsea, he's just going to be sitting on the bench.
Can I just, you know where he should go? He should go to Brentford with Thomas Frank replacing Mbeumo or Wissa. That's where he should really go. He should go to Brentford. Don't do too much, because remember the World Cup's coming up. Play football. Go to a manager who knows how to get strikers getting goals. Stylistically, I think it's a better fit. And just work your way up slowly. I don't think you need to make that jump too quick. That's what I would do. I think that would be the smartest move for him. Yeah,
Conte and Delap, man. We're the gangsters of YouTube football chat, man. Can't fuck with us, man.
Yeah, but the thing, I don't disagree with the ideal next step for his career. But you could say the same for Šeško. You could say the same for Ekatike.
Yeah,
if you look at the striker market, generally behind Gyökeres and Osimhen, availability-wise, you're going for a player that ideally the next step up is the step up before this step up. But that's the market. Do you get it? So
yeah,
it's and with Osimhen, you're paying big bucks in terms of wages. With Gyökeres, probably less, but in and around the same ballpark even, because I think he'll be on 200k wherever he goes next, and Osimhen's probably on 300k. So it's not too.
Someone just mentioned Vlahovic, yeah. If we rewind Selector about a year and a half, he was possibly one of the most sought after strikers in and around Europe 2 seasons ago. I reckon he's available at cut price now, yeah? So we've mentioned all the other strikers. 2 years ago, this guy was 30. Yeah?
Never been a massive fan, I'll be honest.
Fair enough. Not right, to be honest with you, not a massive fan, but it's something to work with, no?
Not for me.
He's just not.
He's had a lot of injuries.
And he's had injuries, but again, that's another one. If you gave me Vlahovic at Spurs, I'm taking it every day of the week. Every day of the week.
Nobody trying to get Harry Kane back from Germany.
Everybody would take Kane, but he ain't.
Why
He ain't
would
moving.
tell him?
He ain't
He's
moving.
not coming back yet.
Unless you're willing to give them Haaland. Are you willing to give Bayern Haaland? Because
No, I'm just thinking he's been out there, he's done his thing. You might think, you know what, didn't he build a massive gaff in London and then left? Is he not going to come back and play the Premier League?
Get the record?
Bayern wouldn't want, even though
a couple years later, yeah, but I don't think next season.
He has got a release.
How old is he?
What's his release?
He's 31, 32, I think.
He's 32 in July, I think.
What's his release clause, Saeed?
I don't know. There was some rumors of in 2026 January or something like that. He's got a release clause, but like I said, I don't believe him.
I'll take it. If you could,
he would actually never do that to Tottenham. Genuinely, he would never do.
Yeah, that's what they said about Sol. Well,
yeah,
I hear that, but he's not Sol. He's actually
exactly.
Like he's really not.
You don't need him anyways.
He wasn't Sol as well, but he turned
your fans don't need him anyways. They're still telling us Havertz is gonna come good next season, bro. So
Turkish, as far as I'm concerned, you've got 2 new signers coming in, Jesus and Havertz. So I don't know why you're talking about strikers.
We ain't even done the
Matisse,
do you not see the stuff that AFTV were posting? AFTV and all the Arsenal. Didn't they say Havertz?
Matisse, you're quite cheeky because I haven't even mentioned Jackson much as I should. That I told everyone for a long time
he's very cheeky, Turkish.
When Turkish says you're quite cheeky, that's when you know it's gonna go off.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, but Havertz has broken all the. Apparently, he's broken all these metrics for like top speed.
Down.
Tobes, he needs to get fit again, innit? Because I kind of miss slander, innit? Nah, like, where's this brother at? Come back to the pitch, man. God damn. We miss you.
Can I back all these records? This is not aimed at Turkish, by the way. I've seen Turkish's videos recently, yeah, and he's killing the game, right, with his chat. This is not aimed at Turkish, so don't get baited, Turkish. These two are very naughty. You're very used to are very naughty.
I didn't even say it was aimed at Turkish. Turkish wants to laugh with me.
Yeah, he wants to laugh with us, but he can't because he has to rep his club.
No, I've got something here.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Jazzy Jeff says, attention, please. On the 29th of the 8th, Live show. Bottom mid accepted the following bet. Quote, a £1,000 super chat from me if Solanke outscores Kai in the Premier League this
I would
season.
never bet this guy a grand.
Please, can I
I would-
continue? It's 2 of 2. He says at 56 minutes and 20 seconds on the
No.
live, he also
dear.
stated the bet is legally binded. I will accept the Kai apology video via a YouTube short. Make daddy proud, son.
I need to see that video. There's no way I'm accepting a grand bet off this random guy. Impossible. Impossible. Lads,
He seems pretty. This is VAR.
I'm gonna check it.
Yeah,
If I've done it, I'm a man of my word. I'll do,
Wait. Did Havertz really outscore Solanke? No, they both got 9 Premier League goals. Is this all comps?
Might be all comps. I don't
in
know.
all comps, I'm voiding that. I'm talking league.
It's
nine
We
each.
have
Nine.
to go to the footage, brother. About voiding.
9-9.
Cool. We'll check that, Jazzy.
I'll
Let's remember
definitely
this.
check.
Actually,
Can you put up the video again quickly? Put up
The
the
video?
first super chat. The first super chat.
Oh,
see the-
I've just got rid of it. Why?
Because I actually want to check it. I want to check the video that he's talking about.
Oh, the date.
Yeah.
It was
All
the
I'm
one on
saying
the
is people like Jazzy Jeff.
Later.
20,
No. All I'm saying, lads, is people like Jazzy Jeff, and we don't
29th of August.
Yeah, 29th of August.
without knowing him. Yeah,
Oh
we
my
kind of know him, and
Yeah.
these people don't come unless they know that you've said it, and they don't come like.
Mhm.
I mean, Toby, man, one day you were saying, I got bare money, to get off people. And now,
Now look.
he's having to pay it all back.
I'm trying to find it because
You know what I mean? Man went
Don't
to
stress
Paris.
yourself now,
Right,
brother.
went to
We'll
Paris.
do that.
He's having the food with the puree around.
Yeah,
around
man,
the-
he's been
bro,
living life,
he doesn't want to do these bets anymore. I'm telling you, he doesn't.
All those
Aye,
trips
this-
to Dynasty, Dallas.
Dallas is for work, bro. I don't know.
You might have to go work some more, brother.
I spare showers.
I
Overtime.
want to find the name of the video. 'cause
Hey,
I'm
it's
not
funny.
trolling
It's
through.
funny you man say that because Echo Fool says, "Big up the panel, Tobes. I need you to get the first flight back to Dallas. My laptop is still knackered. You didn't fix shit. I want to refund you, scam artist." This
don't
show's
feel
going well. The flow's quite
Get back on the plane, laptop boy.
I
Sort
don't
his
fix
laptop out.
These weirdos, bro. Always chatting shit.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, mate. All right, cool. Let me go on to the Liverpool ones from earlier. Total Eclipse is just on the way back from the parade. What an absolute amazing pleasure and what an experience, only to be ruined right at the end. Prayers and thoughts go out to all those who got injured. You'll never walk alone. And he adds, all flights in and out of the UK have been cancelled due to a large cloud of dust arising in the atmosphere after the trophy cabinet man at Tottenham opened the cabinet and let it all out.
Wait, I just checked. Solanke's actually scored more goals than this guy.
What?
He's got 9
Solanke's scored more goals than this guy in all competitions. So
in
what
all
the hell
comps,
is
but
this
you
guy
just said
talking
you're not
about?
doing all comps.
No, I did, but I'm
Oh.
trying to figure out what is he talking about.
Oh well, I'd hope
but
so. Considering
if your bet is worded league and you worded it, Solanke
If
will
it's-
score more.
If it's league,
then-
he still hasn't
Yeah,
won.
but if you listen to me, if you worded it, Solanke would score more, then you've still lost the bet at 9 apiece.
No, because I'm
Yes.
not making that bet. No.
Yes, I
This
know.
is what I'm
it's-
saying. There's
You
no
said
way.
legally binding, bro. So if he
Unless
gets
he
more-
said,
If he-
there's absolutely
said
no
Havertz
way I'm making. There's no
won't
way
score
I would
more.
make such a one-sided bet. That is nonsense. The whole
One-sided?
premise of making but the whole-
one-sided.
it is one-sided because if you're saying if I'm saying I think Solanke is going to score more, it's because you're arguing with me saying Kai Havertz is going to score more. So how does that make sense? That doesn't
Wait,
make
listen,
sense.
I don't know what
Jazzy
Jazzy Jeff said.
He does rattle you though, so he might have rattled you that day. And
Well, listen,
Bro,
I hate to bring this up, but what was the final score in the Jota versus Solanke bet?
We didn't bet because this guy chickened out. Solanke scored
Oh,
more
fair.
goals than him, obviously. Obviously, he
Right,
scored more
I know
goals
what
than
I'm
him.
talking about. That's why I know what I'm talking about.
Obviously, he scored more goals.
Wait,
than him.
Jota the slaughter.
Jota the slaughter. Did you not see his
injured,
mistakes
and, he got
today?
injured and never got back in the team? Lucho got there instead. You want to do Lucho?
Why would I do?
I'm just saying, you want to do Lucho? You hate
I
Lucho.
need someone to send the vid in. Send the vid in.
You got Lucho.
hey, are you admin, Matisse?
What do you want me to do?
Do the super chats.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's gonna find
Oh,
the
he's
clip.
gonna go and find it.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So that's all right. Total clips, cool. He also is he said something else? No,
you said that one. He said that one. Big up
All
Total
right,
Keep, man.
Yusuf says, big up the panel as Man United fan. I hope everyone in Liverpool is safe. There's too much idiots around the world. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff today. Liverpool fans have to hold what Klopp had to say about booing Trent. Nasty work. The way they are treating him for making a human decision. I'm not going to lie, Grizz. That was a bit of a bomber. We talk about bombers. For your coach to come out and hold that shirt up and make that speech.
What you got to remember about Jurgen Klopp, he's the daddy to these players, and especially someone like Trent, who was 16, 17 when he came through and gave him his debut. Klopp was always going to come out and defend him, and Klopp has every right to give his opinion on the matter. But certain people have the right to.
Is it the same daddy like Jazzy Jeff's the daddy to Toby, or is it a different kind of daddy we're talking about?
You need to chill with that. You need to
chill with that. A lot of daddy.
You need to chill with that. And also, it's mad. Jurgen Klopp is literally like Don Corleone basically for Liverpool fans. Like a man came in, said one thing, and noticed the warm wishes and the reception that Trent got.
The crowd, yeah, the reception got changed.
Klopp made the call. He said, "Nah, you ain't talking to my boy like that." And look at the way
that's what happened, though. But that's Klopp for you. But Klopp was always going to do that. Klopp would never see. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Slot was a bit ruthless. Don't know if you lot noticed Slot in his press conferences statements he made. He goes, "Yeah, he didn't show sometimes in training what I wanted to see from him."
He's there after Trent.
Yeah,
so he needs to keep the ball.
You understand? Whereas Klopp said, "This guy, he's my boy. How dare you?" But I was turned off the TV. I was disgusted. He's like the Alex Ferguson, the Wenger, you know what I mean? Whereas Slot said, "Man, I mean, I care, man. Go on, man. You didn't train properly. You get out, bro." You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see how Slot deals with because let's not get it twisted, guys. I don't know if we're talking about the Liverpool game, but did you see that little 20 minutes of Trent? 30 minutes
I didn't watch any of the.
No. I
didn't watch the game, but I saw the comp. I saw the pass.
I
saw the pass.
Trent came on, yeah. Trent came on. His passing, I told you now. I keep telling you, he's the Kevin De Bruyne at right back. He's fucking ridiculous.
He's had the plan anyway. Midfield Trent. He saw the vision.
I don't think he'll play midfield at Madrid.
Hey.
No, Madrid.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Well, let's see what Alonso does.
Yeah. Nah, he's going right back, 100%. And Valverde's got a lot of work to do defensively. But here's what it is. Do you know what I mean? And maybe Huijsen as well, the guy at Bournemouth. I don't know what side of defense he's going to play on.
Yeah.
So they'll have to do some coverage. But listen, his passing at Madrid for Mbappe and Vinny is going to be, it's going to be scenes. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I look forward to it.
Cinematic.
J-Ball TV says, thoughts and prayers to Liverpool. And for those speculating the race or ethnicity of the perpetrator, please stop. It's not helpful or useful. 100% facts. Premier League champs number 20, Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes incoming plus 300 million. Transfer war chest. Liverpool will dominate this era. Number 21 Premier League, number 7 Champions League coming soon. This is just the beginning.
Harry, I love you, mate, and big up. But you calm down with the plus 300 million transfer war chest.
Yeah, that sounds mad.
Yeah, we've signed the 3 that we're doing, and then now we're going to buy max another 1 or 2, either squad fillers or a number 1 striker. And that's it, my brother.
You signed the 3, so Wirtz is done.
Yeah. I told you that already.
Sorry, Wirtz is done.
You didn't tell me that.
I'm giving you the Wirtz.
You said that you've made a bid. You didn't tell me it's done.
No, it is done. I'll be real.
Yeah, the Bayern Munich chairman confirmed it as well. Basically said he's going there.
But
he's not happy with Bayern, and the company hasn't persuaded him. But can I ask you, is Kirkes done?
No.
Okay.
But we will be done.
Soon.
Kirkes will be done. Kirkes, I literally told you, look, Kirkes, the Bournemouth are the only ones that are playing hardball. The rest are still a matter of agreeing fees. Bournemouth at the moment are playing hardball with the fee. Kirkes is dying to come. He's literally pleading with Liverpool.
Of course.
Bournemouth want 50 M's. We're not paying 50 M's for him. We're offering 35. So
I reckon. Do you think you'll go up to 40 for him? Surely you will.
Probably. But then there's that brother at Wolves that Man City have come in for. That's my personal favorite.
Nori.
That's my personal favorite.
Did you
Have
see
City
the
actually
stats
come in
today?
for Aït-Nouri?
Somebody compared Aït-Nouri and Kirk's stats, and Aït-Nouri's stats are fucking insane compared to his.
Out-Nouri's
That's
is
sleeping
great.
on Nori, man.
I think
love
Man United
Aït-Nouri.
should have gone for him in
That's the
January.
one I want.
when
Yeah,
he was
that's
a
the one I
wing back.
wanted. Left wing back, but Man
But-
City, if they get him, he's going to be unbelievable.
I just think if Liverpool need Kirkes more than Aït-Nouri, because for me, I'd want Aït-Nouri more as a wing back, and because you've got McAllister on that left side of midfield, I would want someone defensively a bit more stronger.
I'll be happy with both, but I personally prefer Aït-Nouri as a footballer. That's just me, though. But I absolutely love the dynamism and power of Kirkes. But Nouri is more of a footballer, and that's why you can see Pep going for him. Absolutely makes sense for Pep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Turkish, you got something? Oh shit! All right, I'm off.
Talk to us. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Can we just for the court's sake and the jury on boards, can we just listen to the clip throughout before giving our opinions on said clip? Right? We don't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Can you see it well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't hear anything, no.
No volume.
I can't hear anything. Okay, so it's not just me.
How can you not hear anything?
I can't hear shit.
I can't.
I can't as well.
Why is the audio not working then?
I don't know. Hold on, let me check the settings. No, I can't do anything. I don't know. It must be on your PC.
Nah, man. You just share screen and it works usually, no?
Should do.
I relief
Okay,
there.
Bro, I'm comfy.
He's like case adjourned.
Turkish, put the link in the private. Let me see if I can share it and see what I could do.
Yeah, the jury's been sent out.
Evidence tampered.
We trust Turkish though. Just how did
I'm
it
even. Listen, I'm sending you the thing. 55 minutes, 45 seconds is where you need to start it.
Oh man,
please.
Yeah, 55
No,
minutes.
I feel with my brother, man. I'm trying.
No, I'm not paying.
Jeez,
It's not your
Kai,
paying.
I'm
It's
not-
not your paying. You need to make a Kai apology video.
I'm not doing that either
What
because
do you mean you're not doing
No,
that?
you're doing that. You're doing that.
no. Listen
Pay the
to
money
me
up.
and listen clearly.
Yeah. Safe.
Listen to me and listen clearly. If I'm making a bet like that, I'm making it on the condition that you're telling me that he's going to do the opposite of what I'm making a bet for. If he didn't if he
Do your eyes work? Do your
No,
eyes work?
no, don't tell me my eyes work.
Do your
The
eyes
whole
work?
point-
You read the thing.
Listen, just hear me out. Yeah, the whole point, right, of the whole Kai Havertz Solanke thing was Arsenal fans telling me he's going to outscore Solanke. He's better than Solanke. So okay, show and prove. If
Okay.
they've scored the same amount of goals, what do I have to apologize for?
What do you mean? The bet is if Solanke outscores Kai, he will give you £1,000. If he doesn't outscore Kai, you make an apology video.
I'm not making an apology video.
You went on to say yes. Wait, 1K, and yes, that's legally binding. You went on to say that,
it's not legally binding shit. Save your.
You said it, bro. I
save your
Jazzy Jeff, sue him. I'm backing you. Sue him.
Sue me.
Sue him, man. You don't pay his
no
bets, man.
stupid
He's got a
apology
history
video
of
when
not
they
paying
ended up on the same goals. It's not possible. If he scored 10 goals, I can understand it. I'm not making an apology video when they both ended on the same Premier League goals. Sorry,
Well, you should
legally binded.
Play the sound. I don't care. Play the sound. I don't care.
John Stones won the treble. He can chat to whoever the fuck he wants.
Steve.
I ain't calling you Daddy, Jazzy Jeff. Is that weirdo that what told me to call him Daddy the other day? Is that guy? You're walking around outside the oyster bar asking grown men to call you Daddy. You're a freak, mate. So don't be asking me about John Stones.
You're a freak.
Steve's funny, man. That's right.
He also goes on to say, I'm giving bottom mid one last chance to take my 1K super chat bet if Solanke outscores Kai in the Premier League this season. However, if I win, a Kai apology video must be uploaded. Are you manning up, or are your nuts always
fair,
on
you
my
know.
way when the
That's fair,
spotlight
TOBS,
is
man.
on Spurs players?
What's the bet? Sorry. So if I win, I get £1,000. If I lose, I have to have an apology video.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Straight. Deal.
Yeah,
Now,
Jazzy.
how are you two going to formally agree on this online?
No, it's binded. It's legally binded by this show.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it, man.
Jazzy.
Finish. Yo. Finish.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Finish.
Yeah.
Nah, you're finished,
Fine,
man.
fine, fine. You know what? I didn't even realize it was me that said it. The fact that I said it, fine, cool. You get your wish.
South Africa, yeah. We'll record
Yeah.
What's that?
South Africa.
We'll record it in South
Poolside.
Africa.
Poolside in South Africa. That's what we want.
Cool.
Setting.
Cool. Deal. A deal.
It could be one of those proper sit downs. Remember when we did the sit downs for New York? Or was
Yeah.
it LA? And he can sit down on the chair by himself and face camera.
No, I
Really-
want him to do it by the pool, and I want to float past on a Lilo talking.
Yeah,
about
Yo.
No, talk about Grealish, even more rattling.
Really.
Hey, Jazzy Jeff, yeah, I can't lie to you. Yeah, you were one goal away from losing a bag
That's
for an
yeah.
apology.
And do you know what's mad? I don't even think he would have paid me $1,000. This guy's a rat. He wouldn't have paid me $1,000. He wouldn't.
No. He said he would have put a grand super chat in the chat.
What the hell is that doing for me?
What,
A super
500
chat.
would have went to YouTube straight off the bat.
It goes into the business.
Wait, sorry. No. I've just deep this. I thought he was talking about $1,000 to me. A super chat.
Yeah, but
Why
you
the fuck have I made this bet?
Before saying things are legally binding, you shouldn't think what it is. You should know what it is. So
You are the most educated as well.
he's the most professional of the lot.
This
like,
guy,
he's
this guy. And you get yourself into the most rubbish situations like this.
He got rattled, innit? That's why. He got rattled by Jazzy.
He gets rattled so
did.
easy. I do, and I can't stand this guy as well. Like, stop atting me in your super chats. From now on, I'm actually just gonna.
You know what? He's like your Robert, and what I recommend is you invite
100%.
Jazzy Jeff to your house. You do a stream with him, and then you go out for
I want
dinner.
this rat
and you
anywhere
just
near me.
No, that's what me and Robert did, and we get along fine now.
Man,
No,
great.
no,
And we all got one of these guys. That's the Robert to our Jazzy Jeff to us lot. As I think we all got one. We'll have to find one.
Saeed,
That'd be some type of content. You know that.
Saeed, you got someone? You stream? You got someone?
Not really. Not really, man.
Thousands,
Calm
brother.
down, man. Probably that United Days guy that I seen, but he didn't do anything. He shit his pants. Steve
I
Ross.
need YouTube to invent a way where you can just like you can block people, like you can block people from you actually seeing their comments, but everyone else can see their comments. Like
Hide it from the channel. Hide it from the channel.
No.
No. Can't hide it from the channel. I'm saying, let him do his thing with others. I just don't want to.
He's not doing it. I'm just saying for his channel. No, you're not doing the big six. There's nothing.
That's a blue moon. You know
That's
what?
why I
It's probably
said-
blue moon, you know.
I'll still be
Blue
reading
moon.
them out. So what's he gonna do then?
No, Jazzy Jeff's not doing nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm just telling him
He's a little
his
pussy. That's what he's doing wrong. How about that?
Jazzy, that apology video is gonna be class. I can't even lie.
I'm just gonna lie.
If
Everyone's
Skulls-
gonna know it's a lie. So
Just be sarcastic.
Everyone's gonna know it's a lie.
It doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
I'm just
Even if he has like a
he's amazing.
voiceover.
He
A
scored so
voiceover
many
from Jazzy
goals.
Jeff would be amazing. A voiceover. If you could send like a voiceover.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
very
South Africa and forfeits, can we just hurry up and get to that? Because I want to know my fate. I don't know why we have to drag
Why
this
should
up.
we start from the bottom? Why can't we start from the who's the champion?
You know what?
Please.
You know
whatever
what?
want.
Here's another suggestion. You may as well just get AI to do it because AI is probably going to do a better job than I will. So
Nah, bro, you've got to put your heart into it, bro. The guy was gonna
Okay.
give a bag. He was gonna give a bag, and you're gonna come
Sure
here
he
and
was.
try.
you sure
I
was.
got my
I
heart
believe
in
him, bro. I believe
Sure
him,
he
bro.
was.
Do you know how many super chats he's sent in over the season? It's probably at
Oh,
least
sorry.
30.
Yeah, he's a legendary
Like,
superstar, man.
he's
Oh,
good.
sorry. £10 every 2 weeks per super chat. Oh my god. Breaking the
Nah,
bank.
man.
But
Please.
when you're doing 2 shows a week every week for 50 weeks, it's not. That's a supportive supporter of the
I
show.
think it's very cheeky from Toby. He's always asking to share my Spotify and make it a family package. So I don't know really
What
why
are you
you're.
talking about? What are you talking about? I said I didn't want to pay for Spotify, and none of you cheapskates would let me go onto it. So I ended up paying
Cheapskate.
for
You
it.
don't want to pay for Spotify. You're calling us
Yes,
cheapskate.
because I was getting it
How
for
does that make
free.
any
My
sense?
contract.
Remember when he? Do
I
you
was
remember when he found out we got Discovery Plus? He was like, "You didn't tell me that. Give me the login."
Yeah, give me the login. What the hell?
5.99
Why am I
a
paying
month.
Give me the
Why am I
login.
paying
Give me
for
the
that?
login.
Why am I paying for all
Everybody
these
then,
things?
on his story, Instagram
I
story.
pay for Sky.
Yeah,
I pay for Apple TV. I pay for all sorts. I'm like, if I can cut costs, let me cut costs.
Why'd you pay for Sky in 2025?
Well, I don't really pay for Sky, but that's a
No,
different
You've got
discussion.
the Discovery
So-
package now.
So he lied. He tried
Yo,
to
brother,
build
can
on
you
his
stop
name.
speaking now? Yo, you just a grand in debt. You're this, that, like, bro, you need to relax, you know.
I'm not a grand in debt. I'm not a
He's a
grand in
Kai
debt.
apology in that. It's mad.
Oh, gosh, man.
Let's go back. Someone said Toshiba Tobes. Big up Bills. So you're saying, Matisse, you want to get this over and done with? Well, here's the table for the end of the season.
Yes!
Oh my
Why are you going in red?
Look at the title charge from Big Steve. You all doubted me.
I knew, but
You said I was
still,
going
seeing it in
down.
red.
You sound like Arsenal fan there, Steve. Relax.
Hey.
Seeing it in red is just funny, man.
Putting it in
Wait,
red
wait,
is
wait,
blasphemy.
wait.
I don't
Big
remember
up
you doing that
Saeed.
before.
Big up
You weren't
Saeed.
putting it in red the previous
Yeah,
years.
I think I did, man. I think it looks
Man, you're
good though.
taking a piss.
No, I want to congratulate Saeed, man.
Big
Absolutely.
up, man. Listen, my
Yeah,
team
yeah.
made 50, but you know me, don't mess around on these predictions.
Now we put the pressure on him with the point deduction. He still held it.
Nah,
Well, yeah.
Saeed, big up. Third, full.
Man.
He actually won the first half season we did because we started halfway, but he's won 3 full seasons now. Tobes been the only other winner of the prediction league, and he got docked 6 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
It's mad, innit, bro?
Killer,
I did
killer.
say it.
so mad. Big up Saeed. Steve did
right.
make a late charge. There was one time he was bottom of the league for quite a little while, and
I
then
know, man. People are
he
taking a
finished
piss.
second. Me and Tobes third, fourth. Grizz in fifth, 2 points ahead of Matisse in last place. The forfeit has been arranged, people.
Where's he going?
Where is he?
Where's he going?
Looks like we'll be recording 2
Don't go anywhere.
videos in South Africa.
Don't go anywhere.
You know when Saeed
back.
said you know when Saeed said he's leaving the Big Six on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Jazzy, please come in with a po-
Yeah,
Jazzy,
so
please come in
before
with-
people, because I see some people saying, is it 2026? The forfeit is signed, sealed, delivered. Only
I'm
I
gonna
know
do
what
it.
it is. And
I'm gonna do it.
Thuggery at this moment. And Mo, big up Mo over in South Africa. Us three are the only people that know.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Is it the South African challenge?
Yeah.
Bro,
It's
inside with the Lions and that.
that. Next
Hey,
season.
hey.
It's
You know what we
Don't
should do?
worry. I'm
Do you know
gonna
what we
do
should
the
do?
forfeit in the same year that the fucking
Yeah, I
forfeit.
was gonna say.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Calm
Chat,
down.
I got
Calm
you, yeah.
down.
Don't worry, chat. I got you. You're gonna get your video and your forfeit all done nice and quickly, right? Don't worry. We're not gonna fucking drag this out over the whole calendar year, make us do it in March or some nonsense.
But it was
Yeah.
worth it.
Look out for that, people. Make sure you're subscribed. Like I said, big plans for next season, but we've got big plans coming up. We're in South Africa next week, next Friday. Back your chat, Johannesburg. The information's out there. We've had a lot of love off the back of it. We've also had some, Cape Towners saying, "How the hell didn't you do Cape Town?" We could only pick one, brother. We could, or brothers and sisters, because we got messages from all over. If you're in Cape Town, I know it's a 15-hour drive, but we are flying 11 hours. So if you can make it over, make it over. If you're in Durban, 5-6 hour drive. If you can make it over, make it over. But listen, if you're in Joburg, then we are going to be there next Friday. So make sure if you're there, you attend. And love for the love.
Is it really next Friday?
In it.
Next
Yeah,
Friday, bro.
Not next.
Blood.
Yeah,
It is,
actually.
That's mad,
Not
isn't
this-
it?
Yeah, actually is.
Next
It is.
Friday, we're there, bro.
Nah, that don't make
Wow.
sense. That don't even sound right. You
Don't
must be-
sound right, but it is.
You must have the dates wrong.
Don't sound right, but it is. And on a side note, 15% off Manscaped, people. TB615 is the code. You can use the link in the description. It'll take you direct. The code will automatically apply. 15% off. Check in the checkout. If not, then use TB615. Before you say it used to be 20%, it did used to be 20%. Now it's 15%. I don't make the rules. They make the rules, but they also make quality products. So if you need products specifically for men, that doesn't mean women can't buy it. You can buy your partner some gifts. You can buy your son some gifts, your male cousin some gifts, and some gifts are actually unisex. So big up Manscaped. Show them some love, people. 15% off. Use the code Jazzy Jeff. Pocket money for my son for listening to Daddy. I look forward to watching my son in 2K. Optional to call me quote Daddy in the clip, son. Would be appreciated.
Yo, man.
There's a
done
word.
50
There's a word I can call this guy, but if I say it,
Brother,
this video will get
You cussed him.
demonetized. So I'm just not gonna say it.
Don't
Yeah?
do that.
You cussed him for the tenors. A man stuck a 50 on your head top immediately on your
Good on
bald head.
him. Good on him.
Man
More
just
money
got,
for
he
the
put his
channel.
hand and just slapped it on your head like that.
More money for the channel.
Simple.
Cool. Big up Jazzy Jeff as well. It's been a pleasure. The community all around, but Jazzy Jeff super chats over the season, even last week, the way he got me or tried to get me. It's added something to the show. Let me go back to the top blue moon. Prayers go out to the Liverpool fans at the parade. Wow, Matisse, your team was celebrating like they won a trophy. How will they celebrate if they beat Betis?
Like I said, they are almost extension of the club. They are, I don't know, like what we have witnessed and what they have witnessed is clearly two different things. So I get it. Let them celebrate. Fuck it. I don't really care. I'm happy for them. They've done their job. So they were gonna get smoked. Look, if you're gonna get smoked, if you don't get the result, then you deserve to enjoy yourselves if you get the result. So yeah, man, it is what it is. But like I said, bigger and better we move.
Quickly though, Jazzy Jeff, where are you from now? Whereabouts? Where are you based? Just out of curiosity.
Miss it privately. In case Toby gets your address.
Rishab says, big up the panel and praying for the people in Liverpool. Question for the panel: which project gets more success in the next 5 years between Arsenal and Chelsea?
I want. This is a discussion, but maybe for another show because this is a discussion.
So you think?
I don't know if you know. Now, Toby, we're just looking around, but there's a discussion here. Step up, bro. Step up.
How many phases do we?
I'm just saying 5 years. That's the phase. 5 years. Next 5 years, who's going to be the most successful? Arsenal or Chelsea?
I mean, with the way that Turkish has been kind of sitting at the top,
It better be Arsenal
pedestal, like kind of smirking. You'd like to think it would be Turkish, because if not, Lord Heavens.
yeah, Lord Heavens indeed.
No, but what do you think though, Turkish? What do you think though?
Oh man, it's hour 26 minutes in.
No, that's what I said. Yeah. I hear that.
Bro, this season just ended, bro. Let me hear it, bro.
Hour 26.
I hear that.
You decided to use 20 to entertain Jazzy Jeff. No problem.
You told me to find the clip. You told me to find the clip.
All right, cool, no problem.
You'd hate for the Chelsea to just come storming in with a third champs on your head top for no reason.
I'd hate that, but I'd love it.
12 months, I guarantee.
What?
No, don't stop.
Go on, do it. I'll do it.
You lot think I haven't learned my lesson, bro? You know I'm mad. Here's the trophy, bro. Here's the trophy. Hair all over the gaff, bro. Look, all over the gaff. There's my major.
That's serious. I'm not gonna lie.
There's my major, man.
Doing very well.
I told people, man. Bring that intro back, Skull. We'll end it with the hairline. I listened 20 times. I went through it that day. You said this was your username. I've just gone through it again on this show. It's not there. And when I say gone through it, there's hundreds of people blocked. I've went through every single one. But it says the username. It doesn't say the @ name. So if you don't mind putting in your username, if that makes sense. Your @ is one thing, but your actual username is another. Tell me the username and then I'll try and locate it.
Why does it bother him? Why not just send it from this channel?
Because he said he's a member on that account, so I guess that's his main account as well. Maybe he's making these accounts to let us know that.
Right, yeah.
And his subscriptions would be on that account and his general history and all that. I assume anyway.
Yeah, fair.
Hamza says, "Man, I didn't think you guys would be this angry and salty about us making Champions League. I don't understand why TOBS is talking about my team the way he is. That Europa League gassed you like that. 22 losses, my brother."
What did I say that was salty?
I don't remember us being too salty, to be honest.
Yeah, what did I say that was salty? They were in a title race, which in December they should have had top 4 showing up long before they did. They had to go on a mad run, a commendable run, to close out the season, and they defended better. And they did that only to clinch it by 3 points. Where's the saltiness? I don't really understand what's going on here.
Sensitive bunch. We saw the Caicedo stuff.
Yeah, you lot deserve that, man. That was fucking criminal.
He has to do better next year and he'll make it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even seek you man's validation. I just want to pick up big trophies so we can just shut everybody up. That's the only way.
Yeah, that's the only way.
That's the only way.
Jasuke says, another season finished. As an Arsenal fan, this is a season to forget. The biggest thing from this season is the mob watch along. Big up Jasuk and big up everyone for the support on the mob watch along. That's definitely one of the areas we're looking to up the levels in next season. So look out for it. Question 2, the panel and the community. What was your favorite moments? And he goes on to say, here's my top 2 are MATISSE and TURKISH wanting to hear the king speak, with an honorable mention for TURKISH waving big soul. Love for the love.
Ooh.
I mean, Matisse's moment was the moment.
That's the highlight.
You were
I
either
say
outraged
out as well.
It was
Tobs
just
question out.
When Spurs beat City and Toby done the
Yeah.
whole, that was mad.
yeah,
No, it's
There's been
definitely
a
the
few,
Matisse one. As much as it pained me on the day, it's definitely the Matisse one. For sure.
Yeah, that's clear. But
I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm paying more for it than you lot because
So you remember when I was drunk on the set and I was calling out Big Steve at the end? I'll see you
Oh
Monday.
yeah,
and then-
you were
and the
gone.
both of
Yeah.
us fell off and Liverpool just run away with it. What kind of
You were gone that day.
Glorious.
That was so
Glorious.
Yeah, you were yeah.
funny.
There's been a good few moments, man. Hopefully more to come. Zani says, Turkish, tell your bellends to stop flexing Women's Champions League before we start flexing our women's invincibles. Do not try us. Let's go Chelsea. A donkey rather than Lukaku 2.0. Matisse, bad take on striker choice, bro.
I can't lie. That's watching Robbie and all them boys going on about that Women's European Cup is fucking. I can't get. I don't know what to say about. I don't know what to say about that. Is that the level that is that the level of the organisation has fell to that point now that
Can
is
we
it?
please leave this for DR Sports and
'Cause
the
it-
relevant?
bro, like,
this is not.
No, because this
this is
super
not
chat
my-
is this super chat is so true though, because if that's what we're doing now, Matisse, you better start flexing, bro, because Chelsea,
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, because
Look,
Chelsea.
look,
dominating.
Hey, calm down.
I
about
know,
Man
I
City
know,
flexing,
I
relax.
know, but I'm honest enough to say that I don't follow the women's game like that. I'm very happy for the success. I'm always smiling when I see it, but it's not where my emotions are drawn to. It's the men's team success that is what is driving me. And I'm just completely honest in that, right? So we could do the flexing thing, but I'm just not going to be that shameless, because if I'm going to do that, I need to be watching it week in, week out and be on it. I can't be not watching the women's. Like, I'm not one of these people to not watch the women's, and then when we win the treble, like, hey, like that's just not on. You're gonna either be there or you're not gonna be there. So I'm just gonna leave that. You know what I mean? But yeah, we did our thing. You know what I mean? So
The only person I can respect is Ty. At least Ty goes to all the games.
Yeah,
So
Ty's
that's
there.
good.
Yeah, women's,
Ty,
men's.
Ty,
Oh,
he's
Ty's a
Nah.
soldier.
give it to him.
Ty's a
Anyone
soldier.
else?
That's mad. That's mad.
Ty's a soldier. Ty's a soldier.
Ty's a soldier, man.
Serious soldier.
LFC Badder says, happy we won the league and signing players, but I'm also very happy we got Big Steve back this season. Sign a Haaland 9-year contract, Steve. Never leave. Come on.
I'm waiting for Turkish to fucking, come in at the end of the season with a big contract, a bit of a pay rise. I think we deserved it. So, if otherwise, I might fucking go on a free transfer and fuck off.
Oh, he's putting the pre. You think this guy? What's going on here? What's this?
Signing on thing, man.
If
Just
you
taking
do a
me
Trent-
putting my life at risk. I'm going to be
he's
running
doing
around
a
with
Trent.
lions and
If you do a
alligators.
Trent, Steve, you don't want to go down that Trent route, you get booed on here, son.
I'll take it.
We get booed.
You'll see Steve lining up on DR next season, just coming out of smoke, and then
Listen, I'll be covering the women's game next season with Don Robbie and that. You know what I mean? We're fully invested in it.
Whoever pays more, eh? I thought we go way back, Steve, but here we are, man. Let me get this one in as well, so we can quickly move on. Nima says, Turkish, did you see Arsenal women win the Champions League? Polar opposite of the men. Only English women's team to win the Champions League and done it twice.
Well done.
On the Big Six Monday show, where you guys reacted to Ten Hag's sacking, TOBS said if Spurs got to the Europa final, he would FaceTime Steve from the stadium and nothing would stop him from missing the game. I mean,
Yeah, but circumstances change from that.
this is like
I
a
don't
TOBS
understand.
expose, though. Yeah, but you
I
shouldn't
don't
say
really
things,
understand.
though.
Like, I've explained myself a million times over.
So something stopped you. You said nothing's going to stop me, and then something.
Yeah, and something did stop me. I don't know what you want me to
Don't
say.
say
Like,
nothing's going to stop me. Then that's the point.
You need to give me your boss's email because I need to have a word with him about it. I need to have a word with him.
nah, man.
We're
what it
going to
is.
write to his HR and complain.
I'm going to complain about it. Yeah, I am.
It is what it is. It is what it is. This week has been the last couple of. In fact, we'll talk about it. The last couple
Leave
of
him
days.
alone, man. Leave him alone, man. This is
We'll
nah.
talk about it.
Leave him alone.
Let me go back a little bit. 15th, trophyless, broke. Anthony leaves and lights up Spain. Greenwood cooks at Marseille. McTominay player of the season in Italy. You can't write this shit. Bombastically mudded.
Yeah, but listen, at least they're a big club. At least they're a big club. It doesn't matter about any of that. They're a big club. Don't forget. At least they're a big club. Big club. Well done.
Yo.
They are big. Box of Oranges says, Grizz, would you take Ollie Watkins as a replacement for Nunes or Jota?
No, not anymore.
Surely not. Come on.
Not with Wirtz pulling the strings in midfield.
Not with our main striker. Yeah, not as our main striker. But if we sold Nunes and Jota and we needed to bring in 2, then I will take Watkins as the second.
But he would cost main. He'd cost main striker money.
Would he? No.
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
How much is he now?
They're not signed. They haven't got Rashford, and they sold Duran. So I think.
Yeah, but
so.
how much? No, but he's going into his last 18 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I didn't know that.
And how old is he, guys?
29.
29.
So what are we looking? 30, 35 M's?
No.
No way. Come on.
He's
Last
serious,
18.
bro.
Last 18
Bro,
months.
That's an
We're
England
gonna
international.
ask for like 80 million for him.
No,
Yeah,
not
last
80.
18.
Not 80. But
They
that's
will.
an England international.
70,
60 for me, minimum 60, I think.
I
I know
don't-
contract expires 2028. Yeah, sorry.
I don't think he's going for 60.
More.
I think he's going to go for 50. Around 50, 40.
His contract expires in 2028.
right now.
Where'd you get the year and a half left? 2028, brother.
I asked the
28.
question. I asked
Okay.
the question.
Yeah, no. They're not selling.
So
for
they knocked back what 60 for Arsenal, wasn't it?
I think between 50 and 60 then, in that case.
But they just knocked back 60 for Arsenal, and he's
No,
got
40.
oh, it's
They
40,
said
sorry.
60 and we offered 40.
They wanted
Okay.
60 Tobs, so that means they talk
Got
at
it,
50.
got it. Okay, then yeah. So then I don't see why
But
that price would
I
change.
do believe that was linked to, I think they wanted to keep Duran, right? So they had the
Yeah.
75M offer, but they said, actually, let's offer Watkins for 60. If they take him, we keep Duran. But because we said 40, they sold Duran. So maybe Watkins ain't available no more.
I actually don't rate Watkins
I rate him, but not
like that.
not
So I just
like
want to put it out there.
Same. I'm with you. I don't rate him like that.
Yeah.
He can get you. You know. I don't know what he's got goals this season though. I don't know if he's. Let's see this
Well,
season.
I've not heard him in any of the convos.
Probably
I
like
don't think,
he's,
I don't think
he's
he's
like
smart. I don't think he's footballing smart enough for a slot anyway.
16 goals. I mean,
yeah, he scores goals. He's a good striker. He's a
Yeah.
good striker.
He is a good striker.
But when
I didn't
you're
think
20,
it
when you're
initially,
29,
but-
I don't think good is good enough. When you're 29, you need to be.
Yeah.
Well,
banging.
it depends on who you're being sort of like.
So then we
touted.
asked the question, Toby.
Oh my god, here he does it again.
Why does it always come back to me? Like
I'm asking.
I don't understand.
I always say,
You're,
like, yo,
you're literally in the market for a striker.
I'm just asking you, my brother.
Yeah,
I like
so-
asking you questions.
oh, bro, respect them, man. They're European champions, Chris, man. Respect
What would you
them.
take?
that's-
I'm
that's-
talking English international. He just boosted him 20 minutes, 20 seconds ago.
European
1
champions.
minute. Would
I said
you
he's a
take
good
Ollie
striker.
Watkins? Would you take him at Spurs as your main striker?
I'd take him. He compete. I take him. I don't see what you're trying to get at.
Nothing. I'm
he would
asking you
also-
a question. Why the fuck do I need to be at something all the time? I'm
Because you
asking
ask
a
it
normal
all- you-
question.
because you ask
It's
it
a
all the
football
time.
show.
Because you ask it all the time. Because I'm gonna explain it to you. You ask it all the time for every striker, and every striker you name would start at Liverpool at this current point in time. Every striker.
Why you have to
Yeah.
revert back to this one? This is the part where I didn't
Because
ask.
you do it all the time, and that's what I'm
I
saying
didn't
to
ask
you.
this bit.
Every striker you name would currently start at Liverpool. They all
Okay,
would.
but you have doubts about every striker I put. But
I
get
don't.
it. Make
You've
that make
named-
sense, people.
I
Make that
don't.
make sense
You
again.
I
Every
don't,
striker
bro.
would start at Liverpool, but he has doubts about every striker. He thinks
That
about
doesn't
it.
even make sense because you've just named
You just said
named like 2 or 3 strikers on this show, and I've said I would take all of them at Tottenham. So how is it the case with every striker?
I'm here to ask questions sometimes.
Okay, then that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You're mute.
PJ says, what will it take to finally make it a big 7? Newcastle have arrived with a trophy and 2 Champions League qualifications in the last 3 seasons. I mean, the whole point of the big 6 was firstly because Arsenal were finishing out of the top 6, which was the original show name, and the big 6 was the name that I guess it
And
derived
United.
from the media. So I guess it's up to them when it becomes a big 7 or whatever it can be after that. But yeah, for brand purposes, hopefully it stays at the big six.
I think six is enough, man. It's not big anymore if it's 7, 8. Like it's not big. It's just mad.
Soon we're gonna be called Premier League panel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, the big 20.
Wait, United gang.
Listen, I offered my resignation, guys.
Yeah, you did. You rejected. Like Steve's as well, rejected. We've been up for another few years, man. We're all right, man. Don't worry about it. 9:31 on the Premier League fullback, the top 6. Uncle GRIZZ's words: Trent is going to be better than Ashley Cole.
Oh, the receipts coming out tonight.
I've heard
the receipts coming out tonight.
I remember this,
bro. You know that I remember that, and I remember I said, "Yo, Grizz, are you sure you want to say this?" You remember, guys? We'll say, "Yo, relax yourself."
So all I'm gonna say, has his career finished? Is it over? He's gone on to Real Madrid. He might
never be better than Ashley Cole.
Hold on.
He might end up being the greatest.
This was a Premier League debate. I'm sure.
Season. I don't know.
Yes, it was. Literally says the title.
I don't know.
So now he's gone to La Liga. I don't think he qualifies for Premier League.
I don't know what
even if he does mad in La Liga, but he'd never be better than Ashley Cole, bro.
We should have a board. We should have a board of howling quotes
from next season.
Legendary quotes. So, like, obviously, we got SAEED with a Beckenbauer. We had Toby with a Van der Beek, better than Gundogan. And then we've got to be added to it. And we've got to have the wall of
next
quotes.
Season,
you know what I mean? Definitely.
Makes sense. The VAR show, when that drops, it's all going to line up well.
Biggest howlers,
when the community are run it like that, literally shows and then timestamps.
That might not be a bad little piece for the walls on the. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah. Them investigation ones.
No
more. Say no more. Tank Merchant is Steve. How do you think we can get the best out of Marmoush? I think he's best as a Firmino-esque player behind Haaland. He also scored the best goal of the season.
I agree. He's been playing. I mean, he's come in. He's done really well, Marmoush. He's playing him all over at the minute. He's played wide left, wide right, behind Haaland. But we just got to get him in it. You know what I mean? He's that goal, by the way. I was right behind it, and City don't shoot. I thought Pep's gonna go mental if he shoots it and it hits the stand, and it just flew in the top bag. And I'm like, sometimes you just got to let one go, man. With a player like his quality, he's great. You know what I mean? But no, he's been a good shining light in a disappointing season. To be fair,
is this breaking news true, Saeed?
What's that
about Liam Delap and United?
Yeah, I don't know. I think. Listen, we don't really know for now, but
is Rob Dawson reliable?
Rob Dawson is kind of reliable, but. Like I said, man, it's every day is changing, man. So we don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. If it's not us, if it's not Ornstein or Fabrizio or Grizz Bomber, I'm not listening.
No. These certain journalists are attached to clubs, so he might be a United.
Yeah, no, he is. He is, to be fair, attached to Man United.
Well, there you go.
So, but listen, man.
I literally said it, man. He will go to United. They will guarantee him.
Let's see.
We got Tim here saying Spurs winning the Europa was worth it for the expressions video. Blobby Lashley is insane. Saeed, I'm sorry it had to be you.
Oh, I honestly, I'm encouraging all of you lot to go and watch that video. Expressions, oh my days.
Yeah, you can't get away. I just don't know how he comes up with the things he comes up with. That Arsenal song as well. He had them all singing it. Everyone knew the words in the parade. You know, don't blame it.
The last two,
he said N'Golo Canteen.
He has killed me. He has absolutely killed all of these brothers, and I love them all. And obviously, I love Saeed, but we know it's all banner and joke.
I can't even have a conversation.
He's the best in the world. He's the best.
Day-to-day conversation, serious conversation. I cannot even have one with him.
No, you can't.
Voice notes just go into fucking mental mode. I'm
trying
to get serious shit out of him. And it just doesn't happen. But he's just got that. He's just got such a good nature around him that you no matter who you support, you've just got to fucking love him, haven't you, man?
He's a good guy.
He had that energy before trophy, so now
100%. He's been from the get-go.
Do you know what I mean? So listen, man.
I don't know how Tottenham are not working with him. Now, he's just ticked all the boxes. Everyone loves him. You know, Get him on the channels. Get him working for the club. Get him out with the fans on a match day. Mix him with it's good energy, man. And a lot of football clubs need that. You know, you need that energy. You need the expressions will brighten your day. If you're a Tottenham fan moping about on the pavement outside the ground like Toby's been doing for years, and expressions bounces up with that energy, it's good vibes. I think
he already does though. He's the.
You need to get him though. You need to permanently get him. And do something with it.
You know what it is?
He's worked for Tottenham before. He's worked for Tottenham before. A couple of years back, he worked for Tottenham before.
I think that idea.
Do you know what it is though? You know, you can't. You work for the club. You work for. You cannot give your opinion. If
100%,
you give your opinion,
he's not that deep though. He's not really that deep like we are. We can go.
No, he will. If Tottenham needs a manager, man will say it's time to go. You can't say that.
He wanted Ange gone. He doesn't like Daniel. He doesn't like Daniel Levy. What he constantly calls for Daniel Levy to be to leave Tottenham. So like that's where I was gonna get to. I'm like, he's done work with the club before, but I feel like when you're vocal against the club, heavily vocal with his following as well. Don't forget, he's got a huge following, right? Boy.
Oh, some Chelsea breaking news as well. GRIZZ Bomber.
Bruv, man, there can't be this much breaking news. So surely it's not breaking news at this point. It must just be news. How much breaking? There's been 5 breaking news since we come on the show.
I'm just reading the words that people are putting in the chat, man. That's what
it's not breaking.
Did we ever find out what our predictions was at the beginning of the season? Because I can't even remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, let's not do it, man. Let's allow that.
Oh, you must have a shit one. You must have a shit one. I want you every fucking thing.
Oh, what you want to put us? You know what I mean?
Like, you don't remember, so you don't forget nothing unless he's had a shit one.
Yeah.
Brian says, can you please post SAEED's itinerary for the South Africa trip? We saw what he did for Bilbao. This might be some Vasco da Gama kind of trip. No, I can assure you he's flying straight with us all.
We've just told him not to open car doors that don't belong to him.
Listen, bro.
You say that, but even Matisse last year, he came LA through Norway.
Yeah, I know.
That's even mad as well.
That was crazy, man. I'm not my best behavior.
By the way, we'll have a chat afterwards, but I'm just saying it on live to however many people are watching this. Can you make sure paperwork, everything, time, everything? Yeah, we don't need no stress.
I was just thinking of doing it on the morning.
Yeah.
Good thinking, buddy. Jono says, Matisse, pathetic on Chelsea. It's the youngest team in the league, in league history, not to get Champions League. Second highest XG in the league, second most big chances created, best central progression. Promise is there.
That was a whole lot of fucking nonsense at the bottom there. Second highest XG, who gives a fuck? Okay, second most big chances created, who gives a fuck? Best central progression, who gives a fuck? Stop with this bullshit about fucking shit that don't matter.
What does he mean here?
Did I not say that? I said third best defense.
Believe this shit. These people getting excited in the bedroom, going, "Oh, we've got the second highest XG in the league." Nobody cares, mate. Go and get a bird. Go to the pictures. Get us some popcorn.
Nonsense. The pictures, you know.
Pictures. Aroused over fucking
central progression. Come on, lads, man. That's a new word now.
I'm not gonna lie. You done a bit too much.
Bruno, all I'm gonna say in response to your
the pictures.
All I'm gonna say in response to your opening line about Matisse pathetic on Chelsea, brother.
I thought you spoke well about Chelsea. I don't know why.
You got dealt with there. You got dealt with there.
I'm confused. I said the defense. I said the chance created behind Liverpool. I'm not going to talk about the best central progression because I personally didn't see that, and I'm not going to go that in depth into the YXG and the 9.
Well, how do they think they can, just because they send in £5? How do they think they can call someone pathetic? Yeah, and just not get lambasted like you just did from Steve. Or from any one of us, because we're going to stick up for our own whatever, blah, 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 anyway. But you can't just call someone pathetic. Just say, I disagree with Matisse. No, but you can say I disagree, but have something.
But Matisse even defended them celebrating, saying for a lot of them, it's the first time they've got Champions League football.
Learn how to speak to other people.
I don't really understand what's going on.
Learn how to speak to other humans without.
This is the thing. It's extremism. Like people feel like we need to now like have a parade or do a madness for qualifying. Like we qualified, cool. Now make that your base and don't get back into the position we were in Conference League again and win shit.
Said that.
Kick on. Like I don't know what's going on.
This one from Oladimeji saying, if Maresca can't challenge himself with a top striker like Osimhen at Chelsea, then I don't think he's the right man for us in the long run.
Not necessarily, but
Indigo says, big up the big six. This is my first super chat. Been watching the show since episode 1. Love it. I'm based in Joburg, South Africa. Look forward to catching you all in person next week. In Josie, come on, my bro. I'm looking forward to it.
But we want a full turnout, man. We got to bring everybody. Get down there. We're gonna have a top night. You know what I mean? We're on your doorstep. There's no excuse, man. People have been messaging. We're coming. You know, get there. Get the beers in. You know what I mean? Buy the chicken wings, whatever you need to do, but we're there.
Trust me, I'm looking forward to it. I can't. The reception's been mad. I can't lie to you.
Are you doing a barbecue, Grizz? Are you doing chicken wings for this? Or what?
Why am I doing the barbecue?
Because you're always eating chicken wings on the show. What you're not going to do? You're the community man. Is always
certain brothers have reached out and said they would be doing barbecues for us. So big up.
They
got a bride waiting for him.
A couple weeks ago, it was reported by some Super Mario random Italian journalist. I said Reindeers will be one of the signings of the summer. Now that Jack Gorn and Fab are on it, watch out for it.
The AC Milan fans are not happy. They put big banners up at the training ground and all that, saying don't sell him and that. So reminds me of the Kaka days when we went over there and we had Kaka in the bag and they shit themselves and bottled it and that. You know what I mean? We got the picture with him with the shirt. The deal was done, and then his arse fell out. But no, that what could have been.
That would have been nuts.
Big up Vibe as well. Tobes, how did it feel to finally have won a trophy? Are you sleeping better? Found your happiness back? As an Arsenal fan, gotta give Spurs their flowers.
It feels great. I'm not gonna lie, it feels great. I did sleep well the last couple of days. Happiness, I'm happy, but I'm also getting a bit wound up by some of the stuff I've been seeing about what's to come in the next couple of weeks and months. So yeah, that's me.
Your manager said you had an outstanding season.
Bro, I'm just
he said season 3 is better than season 2.
I can't. Yeah, he's bullish, isn't it? Like God loves a confident man, right? But you got to back your chat, and fair play to him. He backed his chat for the trophy talk. But next season, I'd rather see a new manager.
God likes a confident man. Where did that one come from?
I just made it up. I literally just made it up.
I was gonna say, where the fuck did that one come from?
God loves the trier, isn't it?
The trier,
really
yeah, that's
he actually achieved what he said, isn't it? But it's just
kind of SAEED, man. He thought he's gonna get away with
it. I'm not sure if you've seen his quotes, but like he couldn't believe that he was his like they were asking him questions about his future. He's like, I shouldn't be standing here having done what we've done, and there should be questions on my future. And then I'm just like, there's the Ange I know. There's the Ange I know. I'm like, how can they not talk about your future? Are we a man just did, you know, Men in Black, the remote? Bro, a man just did that to the season because we won the Europa League, and just like, yeah, they're just gonna forget now.
And just to add, the point I was making on earlier, the way that he plays Ange Ball, this kind of stubborn approach, that is not what won him that trophy. The complete anti-Ange Ball. Everything that Tottenham fans have been asking for you all season. Be defensive when you have to. Be pragmatic. Be flexible. You did all those things and you won the trophy. So then to be arrogant and be like, my way or the highway, see what I said. I'm like, you didn't even win it your way. You didn't play great football and win batter Man United 3-0.
We were terrible with the border final.
Do you know what I mean? So you do. All Ange needs to do if he's going to stay in that job is find some middle ground and understand that not everything you say is the gospel. If you do that and be a bit more, show a bit more humility, 100%. Like you done your thing, you won the trophy, but try and find a middle ground as to your approach, because your approach didn't win that trophy. Do you know what I mean? So,
bro, you hit the nail on the head. His approach did not win that trophy. I mean, ultimately, yes, his setup got us over the line, but like that's not your main way of playing. That's not your main way of playing. So, anyway, let's see, man.
He also added another top big 6 season. Looking forward to more exciting stuff in 25-26, and big up the panel. Big up the support vibe. I've been here all season and longer. Rahan's got a question for us. Where does Raul rank in the list of all-time strikers? He says top 10. Definitely not for me.
No, not in the top 10 for me. Not even close for me.
Probably top 30 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can name 20.
Sorry about that.
Anyone disagree? I mean, Steve, top 30 sound about right?
I think we could probably. I think no.
Maybe even
You need to do it. Yeah, you need to do that.
Man, this year,
Yeah.
Even though I think Raul was an exceptional striker, though, bloody hell.
He was very good. He was very good.
This is one of the debates for South Africa around the pool at night when we're fucking bored off our tits. We just start coming out with shit.
Yeah.
Agree.
Let's save it. We got Suge. Hope you're good, my brother. Health all up. Whilst I am disappointed, brother GRIZZ is not doing the forfeit. Matisse is a good second option. Not too much on United. Remember, they got the 40 points.
Well done, lads.
Oh yeah, well done. And yeah, Matisse is definitely. I mean, you got to freshen it up, so it makes sense. Jono said GRIZZ called me a moron for correctly pointing out he put Nunes in Parma Player of the Year combos last season. Take your own advice, my slow friend.
Sorry, that second sentence has taken me.
And you know, I can imagine GRIZZ definitely called him a moron. So it's not even like.
Yeah, but when I called you a moron for correctly pointing out he put Nunes in Parma Player of the Year conversations. When did I put Nunes in Parma Player of the Year conversations?
That sounds wild. So
he's about to call him a moron.
Yeah, if that's a
you guys know my stance on Nunes.
Bro,
Whenever I remotely even called him.
You must do a forfeit just for saying that if it gets
Can we get VAR check on this? Can we get a VAR check on that? Yeah, and if I did, charity of your choice, £50.
Now forget that forfeit. Actually, no, it's charity. Do the charity.
Bro said, "Bun the charities. Go and jump out a plane, brother."
On that note, we are closing in on 2 hours. So what I'm gonna say is, since the show is a season ender, but a couple VAR moments have come in. If you've got further VAR moments for anyone here on the panel, then put it in the comment section. The show timestamp, preferably. That makes it easier to locate. And then we can work with the content and we can work with what the community provide us. But yeah, I think probably time to start wrapping it up. Have I missed anything? Verts to Liverpool. I mean, that is big news. I mean,
we got Cunha.
Let get confirmed. We talking.
Are Liverpool favourites next season for the league? Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get what they get, yeah, I think so.
Because they've done the most business. So.
Need to wait and see how the summer ends, but as of now, it's looking like they're primed to retain. Too early. Yeah, let's talk at the end.
What do people think of the Villa thing? The goalkeeper, the goal that should have been.
Oh, that was mad. That's a shocking decision. Oh my god! But what do you do?
So in the last couple of weeks, they've the FA Cup final. They fucked it big time with the Henderson thing, and then they've done this. So is it now time for VAR to be allowed to interfere in the game if a mistake has been made?
Yes.
So if the referee drops a mistake, VAR can radio in and go,
yes,
stop the game. We've got a mistake. Otherwise, the integrity of the game's gone. That has got to happen.
Steve, I think that's the most simplest. I think that's the most simplest correction to make. It's so simple correction. VAR is there to see if there's a mistake being made. Not, the referee's made a decision, so we have to just shut up and see a blatant mistake.
I've always agreed with that.
Not to speak. What the you're pussy.
I'm not talking about maybe the odd booking or a throw-in or a corner.
Stuff like that.
But it is a big career-defining game, an FA Cup final and fucking £100 million game for Aston Villa. It's big impacts on people.
No. I disagree with that. We can't do it for some and then not the others. Then that gets clouded.
No. I'm just saying that as I'll do it all the way through. But what I'm saying is two big games. One's cost 100 million for Villa, and one Man City could have won an FA Cup. So it's mad. Yeah.
Apparently, rumors coming out that only no fatalities in the car crash has made me feel a whole heap better. 27 people injured. 27 people injured and 2 serious injuries. So that's amazing news.
4 children, though, and that's what pisses me off.
4 children, as I said.
4 children among the 27.
Oh,
fucking hell, man.
I'll kill that guy.
It's the effects after that. The kids ain't going to fuck me, man. They'd be frightened to death. Yeah. You know, it's bad shit, man.
Got to pray for them, man, and just, our thoughts are with them, man.
there's no deaths though, and hopefully the 2 serious remaining, the kids involved and the rest of the 27 recover well. And hopefully that guy gets what he needs to get. Echo says, I told you, Laptop Boy is a scam artist. Give Jazzy Jeff his Havertz apology coming real soon. And last one is on that from Vibe saying Liverpool getting Verts alone beats our entire transfer window. Arsenal have to pull out a blinder, i.e. 2 free top attackers. Otherwise, it's another long season for us.
Guys, relax, man. It's early doors. No one's done any business apart from Liverpool. Liverpool haven't got a history of doing any business. We haven't done any business. That's why it seems like, oh my God, everyone's going to do business and then we'll assess it at the end. Calm down.
I just think the business you're doing on top of being Premier League champions is, I think that.
Oh, it's exciting, yeah, but I don't want to win
argument
transfer, brother. I'm not going to be a hypocrite suddenly and be gassed about winning transfer windows. I've been talking about winning transfer windows for years for other clubs like SAEED and whatever, and Chelsea, whatever. Win your transfer windows. We're here to win trophies. So I don't care about winning transfer windows. I want to assess my squad after the business is finished. Everyone's going to assess their squad, and then we'll give our predictions and what we think.
Say no more. We'll be back anyway Thursday after the Conference League final, where Matisse will be in attendance. We'll be live at 9 p.m. on Thursday.
Anthony,
as long as Matisse is back on time, so we'll have another one then. Make sure you're there for that. More content dropping this week. Make sure you're subscribed. Big up Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. Individual channels are all in the description below. Some on the road to 200, some on the road to 100. Make it make sense, people. Go subscribe if you haven't already. And since it's a season ender, I just want to say thank you one more time for everyone supporting throughout the season, not only the main show but the mob as well, and all the content that we're releasing. I can't keep on reiterating big plans ahead, and hopefully you enjoy the upgrade. Hopefully you enjoy, what are we, phase 5 or phase 6? How long have we been going? Love for the love, people. See you soon. Peace.
Yeah.